You're listening to the Snyder-Collin podcast, I think. Yeah, that's what we call it. Brought to you by FPP Broadcasting, available on pretty much everything, including Spotify. This week's episode is brought to you by James Wan, one of Australia's most famous filmmakers.
That's right. He's Australian.
Yep.
You just told me that.
Yep, he is Australian.
I had no idea.
Cue the dope!
President. Oh, man. Yeah. As you can see what I'm on today, just like we on every other day, go get it. Get to the bag, music, Cool Kid Trap music type shit, I'm a rare individual, cut off your hand if it's killing you. You gotta stand on your tippy don't take. I got cool like I'm Pootie. She give me tank, then I sleep on her booty. Bought me an I'll turn that bitch to a cutie. I'm flying, I elevate.
That's a good intro. I like that a lot. I'll just have you do it from now on.
Jacob, I have a
Yes?
question for you.
Sure.
Happy New Year and everything.
That's not a question.
No, I'm getting to the question.
Jesus Christ.
This is just the intro.
Sorry.
I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I
but
did.
Why is the TV quality like 480p?
Because it's running off of Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi is being used a lot right now. So
Really?
it's pretty shit, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And also I'm far away from that router. You know this. My internet is shit.
Yeah, you should your family should look into one of those Wi-Fi extender.
We do actually have one in the hallway, but like it's so far away from the router anyway, and I'm kind of far away from the hallway too, so it doesn't really help.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
now and
that-
again it gets really good quality.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
you know how it goes, right, Colin?
We're currently watching Georgia versus Virginia Tech.
No, it's Oklahoma.
Oh,
This is the Rose Bowl. It is the first of the playoffs.
why did I say Virginia Tech?
I don't know why. You
It
did
is.
that.
It is Georgia though, isn't it?
It is,
Oh.
yes.
Why did I say Virginia Tech? What the fuck? I thought I saw a V. Anyways, welcome to the first episode of 2018, everyone.
Wow. It's really good to be here. I just want to say, like, 2017, what a year, what a year for us. I won't dive into specifics or anything, but like we got some Colin just like his eyes just like rolled, but not in like a sarcastic way, like in like wow, what a loco year. Ooh. But the main highlight that I want to say is 2017 we started this podcast, and it is now 2018, which is not the same year as 2017. And I just want to say that we started this podcast with the intention to talk about movies, and we literally have not changed that whatsoever. There's been no growth, so thank you.
They told us that we couldn't do it. They told us
Yeah.
that we'd never make it. They told us that we couldn't drink from the same fountain as them, and they told us that our podcast would never be a thing, and
You're
we
right.
proved them wrong.
We did. We're here among the elite now, the podcast elite. We're on Spotify, you fucking assholes.
Yeah. Maybe you think our podcast ever just comes up on someone's shuffle play in their car? They're listening to like Lil Pump or something, and then our podcast just comes on.
Yeah, a little pump.
Yeah,
pump,
yeah.
pump,
Because of that
pump,
one time
pump.
I brought up Lil Pump.
Pretty much. I think I actually added Lil Pump into the tags on YouTube.
Lil Pump, pump, pump. The other day at work, you were like running food, and I went up behind you and I went, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. And
Yeah.
you were not pleased.
I
with
was
that.
fucking busy, Colin. I was busy and I was upset because my tables were being fucking, you know how they were being.
The last thing you needed was me to come up behind your ear and go, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci
Yes,
gang, Gucci gang, Gucci
it
gang.
was the last thing I needed, and you did it anyway. You beautiful son of a bitch. But it was fine.
Do you
What?
think 2018 is going to be the year that Lil Pump really comes into his own?
I think so. Yeah,
Or-
like I think so. I think I smell a concept album coming.
Yeah, something really like existential and
Yeah.
philosophical and like
It'll pair with like a book.
Moonlight, perhaps.
Yes.
It'll-
Will it?
It'll be the Moonlight of Gucci Gang pop. That's
Is that a
genre.
Lil Pump song?
Gucci Gang? Yeah, isn't that like his like big song?
I don't know. I've never listened to Lil
Um,
Pump at all.
I mean, I might just be wrong
Let's
this
just
whole
look
time.
it up.
Yeah,
Lil Pump. Gucci Gang is one of the first things that comes up. Yeah, you were right. That's a crazy reference. I can't even believe that you know that.
Hey, I know some things.
Wow, you're a fucking millennial, aren't you?
Oh yes, I am a pretentious millennial.
Yes. Lady Bird was your favorite film of this year. Which reminds me, what were you going to say before I segue?
I was going to say, I don't even remember a time when there was no internet, because I'm so millennial.
I mean, I don't remember a time when there was no internet, but that's because I was born
high speed internet.
Oh, high speed internet. Okay,
yeah.
Well, that's fair. I do remember a time without high speed internet. I remember my dad had like an old Gateway or like a Dell computer. It was huge. It was in his room, and I would get on it, and I would like play like really old pinball. You know what I'm talking about?
Like the space pinball?
Yeah, the Space Invaders pinball. Yeah. Or
it was like 3D pinball.
Yeah. It was awesome.
And there was also like Minesweep.
There was Minesweeper, yeah, that was true. I never got into Minesweeper, really. I never really learned how to play it.
I didn't either. You just kind of like clicked and prayed to God that there'd be no mines.
Yeah, and like you hear about people going for like 4 or 5 hours playing Minesweeper. And it's like, Jesus Christ, like how did you do that? I think Alex played Minesweeper a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I could get her to explain the game to me, but then...
I know you can put flags on certain points in the grid.
Yeah.
And those would be like safe zones. I don't know, because there's no like instructions. It's not like pinball where it's just like, just keep the ball, you know.
Pinball is awesome. Do I have pinball on this? Let's just look up pinball.
Yeah, are there any games like
on your Mac?
Yeah, built-in games.
There is no pinball, that's for sure. I actually have Star Wars on this old computer, the one that I bought from the pawn shop. I actually have Knights of the Old Republic like on there.
The Xbox game?
No, it's like a you know what I'm talking about. It's like an overhead. It's like the overhead type of game. You know what I'm saying?
I know Knights of the Old Republic.
It's like RuneScape or
I know BioWare made a Knights of the Old Republic game, and it's like the best Star Wars like RPG.
Yeah, it's an RPG. That's what I was thinking of. Sorry, I was having a brain fart.
Not Overtide. Yeah, RPG. Yeah, that came out for I think only on the Xbox. I don't think it was on the PS2. But
Interesting.
It's a highly regarded Star Wars game.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I remember about Knights of the Old Republic are the cinematic trailers, which if you've never seen them, you need to watch those. They're insanely good. Like, I think that Tim Miller, director of Deadpool,
really?
Actually, like had a hand in them at some point.
That would make sense because that was his thing. He was a visual effects guy, and he did the CGI Deadpool trailer.
Yeah, and they're all like, and he's presumably the one that leaked it too.
Yeah. Do you believe that was a real leak, or do you think that was like a decision to be like, let's see how people react to this? And everyone was like, oh my god, we love this. And they're like, yeah.
I think it looked, no, I don't think it was like a decision by I don't think it was by Fox. Because Fox would have made like more of an opportunity. Because they were like avidly going on and deleting it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're just like, they're like watching the test footage and they're like, yeah, this is really good. We love this, but
we don't want people to see it, so no. I mean, it's pretty... Looking back, it's really cool that the Deadpool movie even got made. Because, like, that test footage is the reason it got made. It's the fan response to it. Anyway. Cool.
Deadpool 2 comes out in, like, 6 months.
Yeah, and I'm excited, I guess.
Yeah.
It'll be hopefully good. The first one's pretty fun.
People love Deadpool.
Yeah, they do. He's a pop culture icon.
He is.
And, yeah. I feel pretty much indifferent to him at this point. I think that Deadpool's great in small doses. But, like, you can only read, like, one Deadpool comic at a time. Because he's just too much.
I mean, I liked the character. I just thought the script was lame. It was lame as shit.
Yeah, all the good jokes were shown in the trailer.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And,
they don't really hold up either. They're kind of, like, pop culture-y. They're, like, kind of like Shrek jokes, where Shrek doesn't really age that well because, like, the jokes are kind of pop culture-y for the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, you look at something like, I don't know, Toy Story. Like, Toy Story's funny, but, like, also has heart to it. It's, like, kind of a Shrek situation where, like, the jokes land still.
Give me an example of, like, a joke in Deadpool that probably won't age very well.
The Crocs joke.
Crocs?
They make a joke about Crocs or something.
Oh, the shoes?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that is kind of, like, that is kind of lame. Do people still wear Crocs?
Not really. I mean, Crocs are
Like
kind of comfortable. Yeah,
they're like a novelty. Like no one wears them because they're fashionable.
Yeah, they're pretty ugly, but like also like they're fairly comfortable. So like I don't have a pair of Crocs, but I know my dad does, so it's not a huge deal. I don't know. Crocs are just hated all around, and that was the joke. But like, what's another one?
I have one, but this one's kind of stretching it. But it's like when he has like Hugh Jackman's face, like the mask, you know.
Yeah, I think that'll age better than the other jokes because at least Hugh Jackman, you know, it's well known that he's Wolverine, like in this universe. I say that in quotations because it's not really a universe. Let me think of another one. I can't even fucking remember. I haven't seen that movie in a really long time.
Yeah, me neither.
I think that all the 90s references are a little just, you know, Rosie O'Donnell joke. Ha, funny. Like, good one. That was outdated the day it came out. Like,
maybe that's the point. You could argue
maybe it is,
that it's supposed to be like.
Maybe it is, but it just ages poorly. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So, if you have anything else to say about Deadpool, wrap it up now. Other than we love Deadpool.
The dick and balls jokes. Didn't like it. Didn't like those. Those are lame. Anyway, carry on.
A bit crass.
Yeah.
All right. So I found something at work, and I took it. I don't think I've shown this to you, but I have it here under my laptop. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh my god. I do remember that you took this. You did show me this in the car, but can I explain what it is to everybody?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did show it to you.
Yeah, we were in the car, and we did one.
We fucked.
So, yeah, for the new year, we're going to start out doing this. So we found a child at our job probably left this, unless it was an adult man, which that would be cool, too.
If it was an adult, it'd have to be someone like Charlie from Flowers for Algernon, based on like the
Charlie
handwriting.
who works with us. Who's basically Charlie from Flowers for Algernon.
Post-surgery, he's already gone back.
Oh my god, I love Charlie. Charlie's a great guy.
Charlie is a great guy.
We'll get into Charlie in a little bit. I want to talk a little bit more about Charlie.
You do a good impression whenever you're like talking movies about it, because Charlie he will literally watch like 7 movies in a row,
yeah,
like straight up.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Yo, you guys got that Fire Stick?" And then I'm like, "What?" "Yo, you got the Fire Stick, the Amazon Fire Stick." And we're like, no, no, not really. He's like, "Man, you gotta get that if you like movies." And I'm like, yeah. And if you're not aware, the Fire Stick, you can famously jailbreak that software, so you can pirate movies.
All right, see, I was confused.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was like insane or something. You know, I was like, you can't just watch all these new release movies on the Fire Stick, but I didn't know that, so that makes complete sense.
Yeah, you can jailbreak it through, I think, this thing called Kodi, which is Kody. It's like a program or something. I don't know. It's like gives you access to like I'm assuming like Putlocker, probably Pirate Bay.
Yeah,
things like that. Yeah,
all sorts of torrents.
Yeah, and but like it doesn't. You don't have to like have a torrent clan, I guess. It's just like they have the movies on there. Most of them are cams, I guess, if they're early on. Like, probably The Last Jedi still is a cam. But, like, in a week, they'll probably have the HD versions. I assume. I don't know. I used to, like, when I was in, like, middle school, I thought it was, like, the coolest thing to be able to watch, like, a new release movie on your laptop.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, wow, that's really terrible and, like, not how movies are meant to be seen. So, you know, now I go to the movies.
Yeah.
So,
it's just the better way.
Yeah, it's the better watch. But Charlie, I guess, really likes to, and some people really like it, so you know, whatever.
Yeah, some people don't have the time and money to like go to theaters.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not advocating for piracy either. I don't think it's wrong. Definitely, you shouldn't do it.
I think it's yeah, you shouldn't do it, but like I think it's more of the people who are like hacking and leaking the shit. That's like those are like the people who are really breaking the law.
Fair enough.
If you're watching an illegal movie, like, you know, there's nothing they can do to stop that. It's the people who are like, you know, making it available to torrent.
Yeah, it's kind of like
they're the pieces of shit.
It's kind of like the drugs. Do you arrest the user or the dealer?
Exactly.
But we do both, and we throw everybody in jail. So fuck them.
Supply and use.
Anyway, so this thing that you handed me is a book of superhero Mad Libs.
Specifically the Justice League.
Yeah, it's like DC Comics related. So, do you want to like do a couple?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Okay. We're gonna do
Most
two.
of them,
one for me, one for you.
Okay. Most of them are filled out by this child.
Are
And
most of them filled out? I see a lot of blank ones.
There's a good bit that are filled out, but I want to read one of them that's filled out because it's pretty hilarious.
Okay, all right, that's fine. We can do that. Hold
let
on,
me see if
get
I
a
can
pen real
find.
quick. Yeah, find it, and I'm gonna go get a pen.
All right, here's one where the kid just wrote the first adjective and nothing else. Other than that, the whole paragraph is completely blank, and it's called Mad Libs DC Comics: The Man of Steel. Special report to the Daily Planet by Lois Lane. The fat quiet of the afternoon was broken by blank. The fat.
Basically, this kid's an idiot, is what you're saying.
The fat.
This kid's a moron, is what you're trying to say.
Should we just fill out this one?
Yeah, we'll just do that one. Here, I'll write it for you.
And then
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, have you read through this one?
No.
Okay,
No,
all right.
I've barely even looked through the damn thing.
All right. This pen works, so it's a miracle. Not many of my pens work.
Anyways,
all right. So, I need an adjective. Can you give me an adjective? Jesus Christ, this episode's gonna be fucking long, Collin. All right. Do you know what an adjective is?
No.
Okay. It describes. It's a descriptive word. Yes.
Okay.
Well, okay. It's a thing that.
All right.
Yeah. It's
like
something is beautiful. Something is pretty. That's
okay,
an adjective.
Gotcha. Slippery.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. This really isn't gonna work. Maybe I explained adjective wrong. I don't know. Slippery would work. All right.
It's not going to.
No, it's pretty hilarious actually. I need a verb.
Okay.
So something you're doing.
Yeah, I know what a verb is. It's
But
what
you didn't know
do.
what an adjective is.
It's what
okay,
it's
so
what
I have to
you
explain
do.
it. Yes, it's something you're doing.
Hey, I know how to speak English.
Jesus Christ. Okay. A/and verb. So
a verb. Penetrating. Penetration. Penetrate.
No. Okay. Give me another one. That makes no fucking sense.
I don't know. Jump. That's like the lamest verb.
That's not a. Is a jump a verb?
Jumping.
Jumping would be a verb.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is really actually a really fucking terrible.
I say we just
Mad-lib.
yeah. I say we just spot on. Read it.
Okay, fair.
Just as blanks. Fuck like coming up with the words like beforehand. It just proves like your lack of English skills, and you're just like, what's a conjunction?
Oh my
What's
God.
its function?
No, that's hard to do, Collin. I need a verb ending in ing. ing.
Oh God.
Come on, you can do this.
Aborting.
Oh, fuck. Alright, fine. Okay. I need a part of the body.
The penis? That's what everyone was thinking, right? That's how you play. You have to do the most disgusting things possible.
Alright, I need an fuck. I need an adverb. You know what an adverb is?
Something that's gay.
Fuck you. Let me look up what an adverb is so I can actually give you the proper definition. I think I could fill in this blank.
See, no one knows what a
okay,
adverb is.
An adverb is a word or phrase that modifies or qualifies an adjective, verb, or other adverb or a word group. So, for example, gently, quite, then, there.
An adverb?
An adverb.
Compass.
What? That's a noun.
Can it be two words like over there?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Why not?
over there.
Okay.
I looked at your book collection. Compass.
What? The golden compass?
Yeah, the golden compass.
Fair enough. Verb ending in ing. ing.
Do we have to use the same verb ending in ing?
What? Yeah. It has to be a verb ending in ing. So.
Fucking.
Okay. I need a color. Give me a color.
Brown.
Brown. Wow, that's really great.
Doo-doo brown? Can you specifically...
All right, I need an adjective.
What's that again?
A descriptive word.
Oh, that's right.
Don't do it in ing.
Sandpapery. Sandpapery.
Fine. I need a noun. Person, place, or thing.
Clint Eastwood.
All right.
His trailer for his like Paris movie where it stars like the people who actually like witnessed the event.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's pretty. It looks good, but they look very wooden.
Yeah.
Yeah. An adverb. So it's describing how you're doing a thing, I guess. Again.
Shitty.
All right.
Shittily.
Shittily. I got you. All right. I need 3 nouns.
The Nintendo Wii. Wyoming. And a snow cone. Yeah, you're really delving into my psyche right now.
All right. Those are so fucking random. All right, do you want me to read it now?
Oh, it's done? Yeah,
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep. Special report to the Daily Planet by Lois Lane. The slippery quiet of the afternoon was broken by a jumping for help after the safety harness of a construction worker aborting on the 87th floor.
Wait. All right, we're gonna need to repeat this.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Help! There's someone aborting all the way hundreds of feet in the air.
Okay, special report to the Daily Planet by Lois Lane. The slippery quiet of the afternoon was broken.
That's the best part of the afternoon.
Yeah, was broken by a jumping for help after the safety harness of a construction worker aborting on the 87th floor of the Metropolis Tower malfunctioned. The man held onto the building scaffolding with one penis while his friends tried to save him. Before they could reach him, the man lost his grip and began to fall over there toward the ground when suddenly a blue and red figure came out fucking down from the clear brown sky.
Repeat that.
Oh man. Before they could reach him, the man lost his grip and began to fall over there toward the ground.
There.
Yeah, it's like you're there.
Over there,
yeah.
You know,
the camera looks over there.
Downwards.
Yeah. When suddenly a blue and red figure came fucking down from out of the clear brown sky toward the tower. It's going to be a sandpapery. It's going to be sandpapery, a woman cried. The man of Clint Eastwood swooped in to save the falling man as shittily as the Nintendo Wii. That's hilarious. That's great. On the street, the people gave a cheer for the Wyoming of Metropolis, who had once again saved a snow cone. That is absolutely nonsensical. That's amazing.
Is that the end of it?
That is the end of it.
Wait, let me see it. I want to go.
Alright, I pretty much wrote it. I wrote it in chicken scratch so we can move on, but yeah, that's pretty great.
Some woman in the crowd going, "It's gonna get sandpapery, everyone! It's gonna be so uncomfortable." The man of Clint Eastwood swooped into the falling man. He saved him as shittily as the Nintendo Wii.
Alright, I'm gonna give you the pen, and we're gonna do me. This one's filled out. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, this is what some child.
This is from the mind of a probably disturbed kid.
This is the modern millennial. As an alarm began to sound, the Flash flew at slow speed to discover his wiener, Captain Cold, running away from Chase's jewelry store.
Wow.
This kid said wiener in his Mad Lib.
What a dickhead.
Dude, I hope his parents know. You know what? I'm going to start bringing this around to work, carrying it until some kid is like, "Hey, it's my Mad Libs." And I'm going to be like, oh, like sitting with his parents and be like, "Okay, well, let's look at what he has to say."
Do you have just be like, do you have any idea what you were writing in this?
Wiener.
I don't know if you're aware, Miss.
Oh, there's
Mad
more.
Lib child.
There's more naughty words in here.
Oh, good.
Okay, so Chase's jewelry store. I don't know why he chose Chase. It's for person in room. Maybe his name is Chase, his friend is
Probably his name is
Chase,
Chase.
his
Yeah.
brother is Chase. Anyways, but just as
Maybe it's Chase Bohannon's. This might be Chase's.
That would make so much sense now.
Chase, if it's yours, email the show or just text me.
All right, so to continue this Mad Lib called Hot and Cold, by the way.
Okay.
The Batman, Hot and Cold, directed by Matt Reeves. Anyways, dude, this is what DC needs at Warner Brothers. We just need to mail them this Mad Libs. That's what they need to do.
You're right.
You know,
they need to adapt this
is
Mad Lib into a feature film.
Not even just this specific one, which, well,
no,
they should.
It should be this whole book. They need to adapt it into a film and call it Justice League Part 2.
Superman flies as shittily as the Nintendo Wii.
Yep.
But no, it could be like a writing exercise. Like all the writers and stuff are in a room filling out Mad Libs.
I love it.
All right. But to continue on our story, but just as the fastest ladder alive was about to subdue Captain Cold, another alarm started to walk this time. This time it was caused by Heatwave, who was robbing a sand across the street.
What an idiot.
This calls for... This calls for some sad thinking! The Flash said to himself. He thought a moment, and then started to run back and forth between the two balls so fast. It looked like there was zero flashes. Both villains believed the white speedster. Oh my god, this kid just referred to the color of the Flash's skin as a white man.
How unwoke.
Yeah, why'd it have to be a white man? You think Barry Allen always has to be white?
Yeah, just look in the comics right now. Is he white? Yeah. Is Wally West? I think so. I don't know.
He's
I think
beige
he's black
or something.
Now. Yeah.
He's beige neutral. Anyways, it looked like there were zero flashes. Both villains believed the white speedster was coming for them and fired their wet weapons at him.
Wow.
This kid's fucked up. But when the poop of Heatwave's heat weapon hit the Cold from Captain Cold's disgusting weapon, he referred to as the wet weapon as a disgusting weapon. So that refers to like a penis.
Wow.
This kid has a lot of phallic imagery on his mind. I don't blame him. All kids are like this. They love pee and poo and vomit and boogers and shit like that. It turned into a... I can't read what that...
Read it.
Yeah,
let me see.
I left off right there. I can't read that word.
Okay.
Stall? Shaft?
Small.
Oh.
Wow. You're an idiot. It turned into a small cloud of I don't know what this word is. Chairs? A small cloud of chairs.
God.
Faster than the organ could see. The Flash disarmed the butt cheeks spelled with one T.
Yeah, he does that a lot. I've looked through it, and he always spells butt with one T.
Yeah, so disarmed the butt cheeks. Thanks. Just as the police arrived to cart the criminals away to the Florida.
But cheeks, Mom! That's what it sounded like when he said it. But cheeks.
But cheeks. All right. We're going to flip to a blank one. Wow, a lot more of these are done than I thought were. Did you do these?
No.
Are you?
I am Chase.
Yeah, you are Chase. All right. Let's go ahead and let me look at a good one to do. You know what? Yeah, this one's a good one. It's called Punchline. It's probably about Batman or the Joker or something.
Hold on, I'm just texting real quick.
Oh my god! It's fine. It's really fine.
My phone's frozen. Never mind.
That's what you get for having an Android.
Oh.
My phone never freezes, and I have an iPhone.
Yeah, I want to get an iPhone. All right.
Do you need this pen? Works. I don't know if that pen works.
This pen's better. All right.
Yeah.
Give me a city.
A city. Oh man. Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
I think that's a city. It's a town. It works.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Plural noun. So multiples of this thing.
Plural noun. Appendixes.
Okay. Appendixes. Give me just a generic last name. It doesn't actually say generic, but just last name.
Okay, all right. Generic last names. Clooney.
Clooney?
Yes.
That's such a generic name. Everyone has
Everyone's
that last
name is Clooney.
Give me an adjective.
An adjective. Let me think.
Yeah, the adjectives are kind of hard out of context.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to think of one.
Here, do you want me to give you like the context or no?
No, it's something to describe something. So I would describe something as sublime.
All right, Jacob, give me another adjective.
Superb. Scrumptious.
Scrumptious. Spelt that with an M.
That's fine.
Or an N.
Okay.
Or I mean a V.
Give me
a verb.
Pissing.
Okay. Pissing. Like in Life of Pi.
Yeah.
Pissing. What give me another verb.
Ejaculating.
Give me a number.
69.
69. Give me another adjective.
Exemplary.
No.
Why not?
Is that even a word?
Exemplary?
Exemplary?
Yes.
What does that mean? Like good? Amazing?
Yeah,
fantastic?
Much. Yeah.
Exemplary. Give me two nouns. No, three. There's three nouns in a row.
3 nouns. A person, place, or thing. This is tough. This is tough out of context.
It is.
A noun.
Just the first three things that come to your head.
A rectum.
Alright, so a rectum?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That's a person, place, or thing. It's a thing.
Yeah. That is a thing. A movie's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And for your third noun?
Morgan Freeman. Wow, did you hear that?
Yeah, I think there's a war going on outside.
I think you're right.
Give me a plural noun.
A plural noun. Israelis. We're gonna take this there.
Israelis.
Yes.
Give me another verb.
Verb. Fuck.
Fuck?
No. I was saying fuck as in like I'm exclaiming that. Exclaiming. There you go. So you just have to have a conversation.
Give me an adjective and then a male first name.
An adjective. Well, Keith is the male first name. We're gonna go with Keith first. And then an adjective. Quaintly.
Quaintly?
No, that's an adverb. Quaint.
Quaint? Like the quaint town of Viewpoint.
Yes.
Alright. Here's our story.
Let's do it.
It's called Punchline.
Okay.
The Riddler is back in Lake Tahoe and he's planning trouble. He sent us a riddle as appendixes to his crimes. Commissioner Clooney told Batman the sublime crime fighters studied the Riddler's list. What knows scrumptious words but will never pissing? What will
What the fuck?
What will ejaculating around the world but always stay in one spot? What starts with a P and ends with an E and has more than 69 letters? Batman thought for a moment and said, "The answers are exemplary. A dictionary contains every rectum but doesn't speak. A Rogue One, a Star Wars story, stays glued to the corner of a Morgan Freeman, and the post office has many Israelis."
Oh, that's so great.
That's it. The Riddler is going to what was this word? Exclamatory?
Exclaiming.
Excla-
Exclaim?
That's it. The Riddler's going to exclaim the post office, Commissioner Gordon cried. But Batman said, no! He plans to steal the quaint postage stamps of dictionary writer Keith Webster from the Gotham City Library, where I'll be waiting for him.
Wow. Let me look at this. Hold on. I think pissing, I accidentally told you an adverb, yes, instead of just a verb. Piss. So, what knows scrumptious words, but will never piss? That's great. That's actually quite
what
funny.
ejaculates around the world but stays in one spot? A porn star.
Wow.
I figured it out.
That's all right.
Because you can watch them from wherever, but everyone
so they wouldn't stay in one spot.
Yeah. Well, you would. I mean, presumably
they stain one spot.
Mm-hmm.
Your underwear.
Yeah, I'm just one of those guys who just comes right into his boxers.
Yep.
I don't clean up. All right, so that was Mad Libs.
That was Mad Libs.
I hope everyone had fun.
Yep.
Hope it was
great.
Nostalgic, bringing back your childhood memories of not knowing what the fucking adjective was.
Yep.
What's
great.
a conjunction? What's its function? It's like a train conductor or something. So 2017 is over. Yay. Which means we go through things we liked and didn't like.
Yep. I'm gonna pull up a list of every single movie.
Well, you have the ticket stubs on your phone, so you can literally go through every movie you saw in the theaters. So I have I believe about 7 movies as my favorites throughout the year. 4 movies that I considered horrible, the worst things I saw. And then a movie that I thought was a bit overrated, and one movie that I thought was a tad bit overlooked.
Okay.
So we're going to go through these lists. It's going to lead up to a few reviews. So, Jacob, do you want to go through any that you have pulled up? Just anything that stuck out that you enjoyed?
Well, I just have lists of 2017 movies that came out this year.
Well, there's still a lot that I haven't seen, so this is just going through the movies that I generally saw.
Yeah.
So
most of these, some of these came out that I saw on Netflix or that I saw paid for cash, so I don't have it on my stub screen. So, I saw Triple X Return of Xander Cage. This is in January.
Was it terrible?
It was. Actually, I fell asleep through the movie, so I didn't see any of it. I fell asleep at the very beginning, woke up at the very end. So I can't really say anything about it. I really can't say anything about it.
So you've listened to it through osmosis. So
osmosis?
Isn't that what it's called when you sleep and listen to something?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Is it osmosis? Is water diffusing from a cell. Osmosis Jones.
Yeah.
Remember?
I thought osmosis was also called when you're auditory listening.
I do not know. Auditory listening?
Learning through sleep.
Okay.
Visually listening.
Shut the fuck up.
So,
all right. The Founder also came out in January. That was good. That was real good. You saw that?
Technically, that was 2016, but it was pushed to wider release in January for the sake of just for the hell of it. Yeah, it was decent.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't as good as it could have been. I felt like it was lacking some sort of drama, you know?
Yeah.
It had something missing to it. It felt very by the numbers and a bit bland, but it was an entertaining watch.
I can agree with that. Another movie that came out in January was Split.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites of this year. I really, really liked it. It's in Shyamalan's top 3 or 4 best, which isn't saying too much. It's kind of like a double-edged sword because it's he's made a lot of really, really bad movies, but he's also made a handful of really good movies. And I really enjoyed Split. First time I saw it, it was kind of the same reaction I had to Get Out, which was, that was pretty good. And then later I went back and rewatched it, and since I kind of knew things about it, I could kind of just, enjoy the story for what it was. And I don't know, Split has a real subdued tone to it. It's kind of oddly kind of moving in ways. and like touching with these characters. I really liked it.
I liked it too. I enjoyed it. I need
James
to watch it
McAvoy
again.
was great.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that he's not going to get like any Oscar thought at all for this.
Yeah, because
like,
he's great.
He's fantastic. He goes for it and nails it.
I know.
He's great. It's
so
awesome.
Yeah, it's probably Shyamalan's. Might be his best movie.
It could be
top 3 for sure. I really want to see Unbreakable.
You've never seen Unbreakable?
I've seen. I know more about it, but I've seen like maybe pieces of it on TV.
Damn, Unbreakable's good.
I feel like once this Glass movie comes out, I mean, well, Split was a huge hit at the box office, but I feel like it could be kind of like a little like cult trilogy.
It could,
because Unbreakable is kind of a cult film. Because it's like known as Shyamalan's like underrated like great movie that has like a fan base.
Yeah.
So yeah, there could be like kind of a little cult trilogy for years to come.
It could. It very well could. Another film that came out in January, on January 13th, was The Bye Bye Man.
Yeah, I have that as one of my stinkers. It's just an easy movie to pick on. It's not even a real movie.
Good.
Here, can I just, if you want me to just go through my favorites?
Yeah.
If all right, so yeah, The Bye Bye Man was the best. My favorites, I put them mostly in just alphabetical order, but Blade Runner 2049, Get Out, It, Spider-Man, Split, and then 2 movies. I actually watched this one last night.
Okay.
Gerald's Game on Netflix.
Oh, wow. Yeah?
It was great.
Really?
It was fantastic.
Interesting.
Based off the Stephen King novel, big Stephen King fan, and this felt like Stephen King. From what I understand, this is a very faithful adaptation of the novel. Dude, this movie had some brutal stuff in it. Like,
really?
I literally, like, I was like wincing and like closed my eyes.
Damn.
Because like, I'm pretty like okay when it comes to violence and gore, but it comes to like really specific things like get under my skin. You know what this movie's about, right?
Yeah, it's about Carla Gugino.
Yes, and she's fantastic in this, by the way.
Yeah, she gets handcuffed to a bed because her and her husband, who is
Gerald,
discount Sam Neill.
Yes,
and he's
great in it for what he's in.
I believe it. And he handcuffs her to the bed, and then he has a heart attack.
Yes,
and dies.
Mm-hmm. And she's
left there, stuck there. Yeah, that's hilarious. And they're in like a cabin or something.
Yeah, there's no one around them. They're about to have some like freaky sex. Basically, Gerald is about to literally like rape his wife.
Oh shit!
Like he's like Gerald. Like you learn very, very quickly that this guy's a piece of shit. He's a horrible husband. And this woman, I forget her name. Well, not the actress, but the character's name. She should have never married him. So he has a heart attack, and she's just left there. And I don't want to go in through the whole movie. But she basically ends up having like a mental breakdown. And like it's kind of a character study about like who she is, why she married this guy, the events that have led up to this moment. It was a really, really cool movie. I highly recommend it. The last 5 minutes though is really out there. It doesn't ruin the movie, but it kind of turns into like pulp horror, like Tales from the Crypt type territory. So the movie's really good, but I have a feeling that some people aren't gonna like the ending, and they're gonna be like, "What?" But Gerald's Game, that was really good. Yeah, so those are all my favorites. Well, we didn't bring up The Shape of Water, which we saw before the last podcast. We went and saw that in theaters.
Yeah, we did see that in theaters, didn't we?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I was looking forward to this movie, and for me personally, this movie didn't disappoint me in any way.
I think that well, all right, we'll talk about The Shape of Water for a little bit. The Shape of Water it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's saying that it's a great movie for me is a stretch for me, because I don't think it's that. I don't know. I wasn't like disappointed by anything in it, but I was just kind of like, oh, this is good. There's nothing to me about it that's great, really. The score was good. It has a good score. The performances are all around pretty solid. I don't have a problem with anybody. Michael Shannon's really great because he's always great.
Yeah. When Guillermo del Toro wants you to like hate the bad guy. He does a good job because you hate Michael Shannon's character.
It's true.
He's terrible. He's like a good old all-American man just trying to do good for his family at whatever cost.
Yep, he's just like pissing in a urinal with his hands on his hips.
Yep, doesn't give a fuck if he pees on his shoes. This movie's about a mute woman that falls in love with a fish man, by the way.
I think before, were we saying it's about a deaf woman who falls in love with a fish man?
Yeah, I think I was miss saying that because she is not deaf. She can hear. This movie, it didn't disappoint me. That's all I can really say.
Fair enough. I mean, it didn't disappoint me either. I walked away from it saying that was good. I don't think it deserves a Best Picture nom for me. No. Like, I just think that there are better films this year. It was a little overhyped for me.
Because of me?
Yes, because you saying that it was so amazing, and it's not amazing, it's good. It's just good. That's it. I think that, narratively, I get what it's going for with the fantastical fairy tale elements and stuff like that, and I get that people want to say that that's a plus, in that, like, it's a fairy tale story. The whole thing is, it's bestiality. She's banging like an animal, like, and he's shown to be intelligent, but like for me, I was just like, this fishman is no more intelligent than like a chimp, because like
chimps are
he's
intelligent.
reacting. Yeah, you can't bang one and get away with that, Colin. And like I get it. He doesn't judge her for what she lacks. He judges her for who she is. He's like a chimpanzee. He's like an animal who adores her. And then they bang. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, that's... I don't know. Something about that just kind of sat with me a little weird. I was like, oh, this is kind of strange to me. Because, like,
it is strange.
I feel like they missed a... It's strange, but I wish that they had, like, shown that, oh, he can, like, communicate in, like...
They can communicate.
He can't... I know, but I'm finishing the sentence. He can communicate in a way that's not so primitive. Because it was like, yes, he learns basic sign language. But, like, is he from, like, a society of, like, fish people? Is he, like, he was treated as a god? I get it. But, like, he's not, like, that intelligent. Like, he doesn't know that much.
I disagree. I think he is, and... Alright. I disagree with being like, oh, he's no smarter than just, like, an animal. He's like a... He's like a being. He's like the only one of his kind, probably. And like, I don't know, I guess this movie just, it's gonna have that effect on people because it is weird. It's a weird, like, creepy, kind of fucked up movie, but it's like juxtaposed with like this lovely love story. And to be fair, he's not the focus of the movie.
No,
it's
not.
The characters.
And that's what it is.
And I think that's what makes the movie, transcend good to me, is that, because I remember when we walked out, you were like, yeah, the asset, which I think that might be the official name of the creature, is just the asset.
Interesting.
Because that's what he's always referred to.
Yeah.
He's never called the fish man, or the amphibian man, the asset. You were like, he didn't really have like a big introduction, which he doesn't. He's kind of just like there.
He just like shows up. Yeah.
It's because
I like that.
It's because Sally Hawkins, she was like, she had the big introduction. There was like that long take at the beginning where everything's underwater. The characters come first.
Yeah.
And he did have a good introduction scene where he's in the tank and his hand presses against the water. So that was kind of it. I guess it just, I don't know. I didn't watch this movie and was like, oh, it's weird that she's fucking a fish man. I guess I just like bestiality.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But yeah, no, this is definitely his best movie since Pan's Labyrinth, because I don't know, unless you really just liked Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, or Pacific Rim, or if you thought Crimson Peak is like this underrated masterpiece, I think this movie will probably get a nomination for Best Picture. If it doesn't, it's certainly a snub because it's been getting awards consideration out the ass. It won the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival. Sally Hawkins will probably get nominated for Best Actress. Richard Jenkins for Best Supporting Actor. Best Director, for sure. I say just give it to Del Toro. Not even just for this movie, but more just like give him an Oscar, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Scorsese won it for The Departed.
Yeah.
Like, The Departed was a good movie, but sometimes you just give the award just to, like, award the director, and then you don't have to do it ever again.
Fair enough.
Because it's like, oh, we haven't given Scorsese a Best Director Oscar? What year is it? It's 2006. Oh, fuck. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I say give it to, if he won Best Director, that'd be awesome. I don't know who else you'd really give it to, because this movie is very well crafted. You know?
It is, yeah.
There's lots of like swooping camera movements. It feels like a vision with all the colors and set designs. The look of the asset is pretty awesome. Doug
He
Jones,
looks good.
Doug Jones, he does a great job. Like, you know, like kind of the way he moves with his body makes you believe that it's not just some guy in a suit, but it's this like real living creature. If this movie got an Oscar nomination for Best Original Screenplay, I think that would be kind of a push. The script, like the dialogue and everything's great, but the story, like you know what's gonna happen. And to me, like I was fine with it because, you know, like Michael Shannon's gonna get his throat slit by that creature's claw.
Yeah.
And dude, this asset, this fishman, he'll fucking kill you. I liked that a lot because I wasn't expecting him to be like murderous.
Yeah.
Like he's
yeah.
dangerous. Like it's a dangerous creature, and he'll easily just like cut you up.
Yeah, I did like that. I think that this is my last like issue with the movie, if I have.
It sounds like this movie just wasn't for you. I think
Yeah,
it was
but, like,
certainly more for me than it was for you.
Yeah, I just think it's overrated. I think that it's getting a lot of praise, and I don't know if it's all deserved.
I think it is.
Fair enough. I
think it is.
I just don't think it's that like it's not that mind blowing. Like it's not groundbreaking in any way for me, really. Like I walked away from it and forget it.
I don't think anyone's prompting it up that much.
I think it's forgettable. I think in 6 months I will have completely forgotten that I saw this movie. Kind of like
you won't. That's not true.
I think
you're
it kind of
over,
is.
You're over exaggerating.
I think it kind of is. I think it's forgettable.
You're not going to forget about this movie completely.
I think it's flavor of the week.
No,
dare I say? I actually kind of do, because like I feel like it got the buzz for a minute, and it's already kind of passed. And then for Oscar season, it'll come back. But like, no movie has been like as like. I'm gonna compare it to this, and I know you're probably not gonna like it, but deserves a movie that deserves a nomination over this one is Get Out, because people are still talking about Get Out. Get Out, like March.
All right, Get Out probably is gonna get a nomination. You can nominate 10 movies.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, I have to go through my movies that I saw this year, because there weren't that many groundbreaking films, so it'll probably get nominated. But
I don't like that comparison.
I know you don't, but like, I'm just saying, like, in terms of what, like,
taking off my jacket.
Okay, I feel you. Your Death Grips hoodie.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's forgettable, and you know. It's not like Pan's Labyrinth, where like you're coming back to it. And I get that needs time, and that it needs to stand the test of time and all that. But like, me personally, I disagree wholeheartedly, 100%. I know you do. I just think it's okay. I think that it has clashing narrative structure in that it sets it up to feel like this very real world. She masturbates. There are titties. There are things in
Sally Hawkins looks like great naked, by the way.
Okay, great.
She looks great.
Awesome. And then you have the element of they fill up an entire room with water in like 5 minutes from an overflowing sink. It's like, it's things like that I get that it's supposed to be a story told in a real world with fairy tale elements. I get it. Does that work? It was very jarring. I found it jarring because I was like, oh, this takes me out of the movie. Should it have taken me out of the movie? I don't know. It did, though. It did take me out of the movie.
But this movie is set in reality, but the look of the movie is still very surreal and strange. The set design, the look of it. It's not... I don't want to bring up this movie now, but I can talk about it. Your complaints with a horrible fantasy movie that came out this year. And if you'd watch that, maybe you would appreciate that type of idea being done in a movie that's actually good. I'm not going to bring that up now.
Oh, okay.
Because
is
it
what I think it is?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's when it's done horribly.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that movie later. I think it was just the way it was edited to make you think that the room filled up that quickly.
I know. But, like, I get that it's a jump cut or a flash cut or a graphic cut or a answer cut. It's some type of cut.
It was.
I don't know.
It was whimsical and magical.
I get that it's
full
whimsical.
of love.
I get it. I do. Like, I understand what it was going for. It did not hit it for me. I knew what it was going for. I'm not, I understand that to make a comparison to a much worse movie, because I don't think this movie's bad. I don't even think it's decent. It's good. It's good. But, like, it's kind of like the Martha scene in BVS. No, okay, bear with me here. I get that people are saying, I get what it was going for. I understand that the elements of this film are trying to tell you it's a movie set in a real world that's whimsical, though, at the same time. But also, you can do this over a movie theater and have it be okay and stuff like that. And, like, all that, you can fill up a room filled with water just by a couple towels at the door and things like that. And, like, things that are jarring in this film. I understand that it's meant to be like it's whimsical. It's a fairy tale-esque story in a real world, but does it work for me? No. I understand what the Martha scene's going for. It doesn't work for me. I understand what this is going for. It doesn't really work for me in this case. It doesn't make it a bad movie. BVS is a horrible movie, but that's not why it's a bad movie. The Martha scene doesn't make it bad. This doesn't make it bad. It doesn't even bring it down to decent for me. It's good. I understand what it's going for, but it's good.
So throughout The Shape of Water, Sally Hawkins' character, Eliza, see? I remember her name.
I remember her name also.
These are memorable characters. Except for Octavia Spencer. She's good, but she is a plot
device. Yeah, she's
still great, but I wanted to know more about her, like, lame husband who, like, didn't pay any attention because they come in at the end.
Yeah, he's just kind of there.
Yeah.
He's a character, and then you're like, well, I guess that's her husband because he's a black male sitting in a recliner with her, and you're like, okay, that's it. That's who he is. And then he gets up and is like, there you go. And I guess the message of it is males suck. Men are terrible.
Men are terrible.
They are.
But throughout the movie, she lives above a movie theater. They're always watching, like, movies and stuff like that. And I feel like those type of, like, scenes, like where the bathroom's filling up with water, it's more kind of meant to be like a scene that, like, can only exist in a movie.
That's pretentious.
It's not meant.
That's a little pretentious.
It's not meant to be real, though. That's the thing.
I understand.
It's fantasy.
I get it. I get it. But, like, and then I'm just saying, if you want to do that, set it up. Like, if you want to do that, don't do, like, a very vivid or graphic sex scene with Michael Shannon for no reason. And, like, I understand.
I feel like it told you about his character. It told you a lot about his character.
It tells you about his character because his character likes silence, and he just wants his woman to shut up. And so he goes for Sally Hawkins for 5 minutes, and then that's over. That's never brought up again. And you're like, oh, okay.
Did it need to be brought up again, though?
Did it need to be in the film?
No,
it didn't. It was kind of just out of nowhere, and then it never got referenced again. It was just like, oh, we opened that book, we're shutting that book, it's done. And then, like, I get it. She's afraid to come to work now because of sexual harassment. But I'm just like,
Hey, perfect for our time. So screw you, Jacob.
It is perfect for our time.
It sounds like perfect for our time.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Hollywood movies.
It's also perfect for our time because it's addressed for like 5 minutes and then put away very quickly. So there you go on that. It's
That sounds like a nitpick.
That is a nitpick, but I'm just saying we're reviewing this movie. We're nitpicking it. It's gonna happen.
I love the gruesome nature of the movie. Like the asset, like
I loved it too.
He's horrifying.
He is horrifying.
Like he's a monster.
Yeah.
He's gruesome.
I liked that the movie made you at least care about him a little. You know, like you're at least like empathize with him, or at least look at him as not horrifying.
As like not this terrible thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a ode. I don't know if I want to say ode, but it's like the creature from the Black Lagoon, where a fish monster in the Amazon, which is like where they got him from.
Yeah.
That was a fun little like Easter egg, like wink, wink. Just like
it could be the creature from the Black Lagoon is what they're trying to say. I guess.
Yeah, it's the same idea, same location. I like the part where Michael Shannon he's basically like, it was fucking difficult as shit to get him here.
Yeah,
and he did not like it. He said like we didn't get along or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, me and him, we shared our bunk or whatever, and we really hated each other. Boy, we had some times, didn't we?
I want to see that movie.
Me too. See, I want to see that movie too.
See, that's something they could have shown, but I guess the movie all takes place in Baltimore, so I guess they didn't really need to go to the Amazon. So like
I kind of admired them for not going to the Amazon in this movie. Actually, I liked that
because that exposition kind of sums up the whole thing. Like, it was hard as fuck to get this god.
Yeah, and I think leaving it to your imagination is almost kind of funnier.
Yeah,
because you're like, we don't really need to see it, but like I can imagine the way he's fucking him up.
There's two shots in this movie, and they're both my favorite shots. It's when the asset is just like rising
out of the water.
And like, he just looks like a fucking monster. It's like, it's creepy. It's like really cool. I love like the body language, just how it's like back is arched and it's just like slowly rising up.
It's sort of an ode to those classic monster movies as well. That's very monster-esque. I liked it. He's a monster. It's not monster-esque. It's monster-like.
I liked the subplot. I thought it was a nice like.
Which one?
It was clever and it was smart. Just having a Russian spy.
Oh, I like that too.
I like that a lot.
Too, yeah.
Played by Michael Strom, whatever.
What have I seen him in?
Dude, he's been in like so many things. He was in A Serious Man. He's been in lots of stuff. I'm gonna look him up. He was great as this guy named Dimitri. You think he's gonna be like, oh, bad fucking, Soviet spy, but no, he ends up being like, fuck this, let's get this like what, because they want to just kill the asset. They're like, well, fuck it, just kill it and study it then. And he's like, no, there's so much to like learn from it being alive. So that was a nice little like twist.
It was, yeah. I like that. I like that it kind of turned the trope on its head, because the whole movie you're kind of waiting for him to turn, like you're waiting for him to ally with Sally Hawkins, and then once everything gets situated, he's like, all right, now I got to get it back to the old USSR. But I like that he's actually kind of like, he actually cares. He is a scientist. At heart, he's a scientist, not a Russian. And you like his character. It sucks when he dies. Spoiler alert for this whole fucking movie.
In brutal Guillermo del Toro fashion.
That was pretty brutal,
He's shot in like the mouth. A bullet like clips in his mouth, and Michael Shannon like grabs him by his mouth and drags him.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I love it. His name's Michael Stolbarg. He was in Arrival, A Serious Man.
He was in Arrival. That's what I recognized him from.
Who the fuck was he in Arrival?
I don't remember, but he was like a scientist guy.
He was in Doctor Strange, apparently. I liked the end of like.
He's in Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
As who?
1 second. I liked the middle of the movie.
Oh, he's a doctor.
Oh.
He's a strange doctor. Oh, no, he's like the bum surgeon.
Nicodemus West.
In Arrival?
No, in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he's like a random doctor who Stephen Strange is better than.
Like a colleague.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to The Shape of Water. I liked the halfway point in this movie where it's like the heist to get the asset out. They could have waited to do that at the end of the movie, but that would have been kind of a weaker climax.
That would have been a little trope-ish.
It was a good way to keep you invested in the movie throughout. Richard Jenkins, I liked him a lot in this movie.
I like him too.
This closeted gay man in the 1960s, which I didn't know. I didn't know what his character was. I knew he was like a neighbor. I didn't know he was gay. You see all the struggles that each character goes through, like a closeted homosexual in the 60s of all times.
I want to address one thing, though. There was a scene that I could have gone with being deleted.
What?
It's the scene with the asset and him in the room together, and he's like, you and me, we're both lonely.
No.
We're both lonely. And I was like, I could have done without that, because I kind of get it.
That was a nice scene.
I think that it was a little out of place, because I was just like, this doesn't really need to be here for me. Because, like, I get it, at that point, I was already like, all right, yeah, I am on board with this. I know what's going on. This is why Richard Jenkins, he relates to this character. He relates to him. That's why he's helping him get out.
Yeah.
That's why he's a part of this heist. I just didn't really need him to do that, just to have that conversation. I was just like, it's not like that's not a huge problem I have with it. It's just a nitpick, if I'm honest. But I was just like, I could have gone with that being deleted. It didn't really need to be there.
I liked that scene. I liked seeing him, opening up to this monster. It was sweet. It was sweet.
I would either rather it be deleted or have it be longer.
Okay.
Because it was a little too short. That's why I felt like it was out of place, because it just happens and then it's gone. I was like, oh, I could have gone with that. It was like maybe 20 seconds. I could have gone with maybe a minute 30, just of them, kind of communicating. Maybe a little bit of comedy in there. Maybe a little bit of slapstick. Maybe the monster, he gets out and talks, and then he trips and falls down in the bathtub.
They do like a Three Stooges routine or something Chaplin-esque.
Yeah, the asset does like a little pratfall, Whoa!
This movie didn't save the cat.
Oh no, it saved one.
It didn't save it. That the asset fucking murdered one cat.
You know what? Is that becoming a trope now? Cats being murdered
because of the book Save the Cat.
Oh, I didn't even get that reference.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. The screenwriting book called Save the Cat, Don't Kill the Cat.
Yeah. Well, remember a certain fan favorited TV show that came out earlier this year killed a cat as well. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah, they did kill a cat.
Wow, I guess George is coming back here.
I guess it's because it's like, oh, don't kill the dog. If you kill the cat, that's like 50-50. Some people are going to be devastated. Some people are going to be like, fucking vermin.
Yeah, and we saw this movie with Alex, and she was devastated.
Yeah, I could tell.
She was like, oh my god, they killed the fucking cat.
It kind of felt like realistic, though. This thing would kill a cat. It wasn't like, it's not like, all right, if Michael Shannon killed the cat, that would have been kind of like overkill.
Oh my god, if Michael Shannon killed a cat, I would fucking love this movie. I'm not even joking. If he just shot the fucking cat, like in the head, and it showed everything, this would be the best movie of 2017. No doubt. It would have Michael Shannon murdering a cat in cold blood.
I think we can both disagree about this movie.
Yeah. It's fine to disagree about things.
It is. But for some Oscar nomination categories, there's like shortlists or whatever.
Yeah.
The Shape of Water will not be getting a nomination for Best Makeup.
Yeah, and that is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like clearly this movie should probably fucking win of everything else that's nominated.
Yeah, at first I kind of thought like, he looked good and everything, and there was probably a good bit of CGI to enhance it.
But he was also a big part of the movie.
It's true.
If in order for the movie to work, you had to believe the creature. And, as far as like practical suit effects, he looks amazing. He looks great. I don't have any complaints. I'm trying to look up what movies are in consideration. I know fucking Bright is in the short list. So
that is ridiculous. I guess there's a lot of makeup in that movie. That might be the thing, because there's only like one creature in this movie that has makeup, and That is a thing with Bright. It at least looks like all the makeup is competently done.
But isn't it makeup and hair? Sally Hawkins had lovely hair. Richard Jenkins.
I'm surprised you went for Sally Hawkins before talking about Richard Jenkins' character with the hair.
The scene at the end where they're about to say their farewells, and it's just silence. The rain. You hear rain, and I thought it was really funny when he just picks up the asset's hand and just places.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too.
Just like the sound it made and like the motion of it, just like one last time, buddy.
That was pretty funny. I like that too.
Because the asset.
He's a god.
He can heal, which is kind of ironic because they probably wouldn't have figured that out if they killed him. That's true. That's what I think. That's kind of like the reason why they show him with healing powers, because if they would have killed him in the lab, they probably wouldn't have made any discoveries. But back to Shape of Water, not in any consideration to get a Best Makeup nomination. The movies are Wonder. You know, the Jacob Tremblay movie where it's like the feel-good movie about the kid who's like deformed and goes to school and kids make fun of him.
No.
You haven't heard of that with Owen Wilson and Julia Roberts?
I've heard of the movie, but I don't know what it's about.
It's about like a ugly kid with like facial deformities and like everyone at school makes fun of me and some kids are nice. It's like a feel-good movie. Apparently it's pretty decent. Victoria and Abdul, I guess that's like a movie about like the Queen of England, so Judi Dench is wearing a shit ton of makeup. I, Tonya, because they made Margot Robbie look ugly by not putting makeup on her.
You know what? She still looks disgustingly beautiful.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yeah, that movie had some impressive makeup.
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell. Like what? Over the Shape of Water? No. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but just from like a surface level, like why would that movie get any consideration?
Well, they have Scarlett Johansson looking naked, but she's not naked.
Oh, so they put like little makeup things over her nipples. Oh, here's an Oscar. Darkest Hour, which turned Gary Oldman into Winston Churchill. Okay, and then Bright, like really fucking Bright, the worst movie of the year. Spoiler alert for the podcast.
Yeah,
like really, like that movie looked like shit. Like The Shape of Water was, you know, that had like beautiful monster effects. And then you have Bright, full of like ass ugly orcs. All right, so to wrap up The Shape of Water, I was really satisfied by this movie. Can't wait to watch it again when it's on Blu-ray, or if I go see it in theaters. I was supposed to go see it on Christmas, but we never did for no real reason.
Yeah, you guys went to Pockets instead.
Yeah,
which is basically that's the that's
like The Shape of Water.
Yeah, that's
basically
the equivalent of going to see The Shape of Water.
Hanging out in a dingy pub full of obnoxious drunk people. Good comparison. I really liked this movie. Yay! I'm glad I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah, it was good. And I would recommend you see it.
So, is it Del Toro's masterpiece? No. Is it one of his best movies? Yeah.
Alright, anyway, another film that came out, we're into February now. Because I guess we're just jumping all over the fucking place. Yeah. John Wick Chapter 2.
We were gonna go see that, remember? But it was sold out.
Yeah, it was sold out, so we saw Lego Batman.
Yeah.
Which is the next movie after this.
Lego Batman, honestly, I thought it was overrated. Anyone who's saying this is one of the best Batman movies since The Dark Knight, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I get it, like, it pokes fun at all his tropes and everything, but it's just to me, it was just a silly Lego movie.
You know, I think that I'm not really a big,
yeah, you like
I'm not
this
a big
more.
Lego movie guy, because I don't think the jokes land. I think the jokes landed more in this one, and I thought it was a little tad bit funnier. I feel like I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I think that Will Arnett's great as Batman.
Yeah. I think people might start to get sick of that type of humor. Well, at least,
you're right. It's very meta humor.
Yeah, and it's very quirky, very quick, very irrelevant, very irrelevant humor. You know.
Yeah.
You could say a bit memey, perhaps. Maybe a bit memey.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I think that I don't know. The animation looks good. For a Lego movie, I think it looks good.
I don't think it was as good as the first Lego movie. I remember that movie having like shitloads of like colors popping out the ass.
See, that's a part of the Lego movie that I don't like.
Really?
Yeah, it looks there's a little bit too much for my eyes to handle. It's kind of my Ready Player One.
See, that's what I also said about the Lego Batman movie. Not like because remember it's like at the end there's like Gremlins and Voldemort and like all these movie characters, and I was just like, this is just kind of like silly, and not in like it's a comedy way, but this is just kind of like, it's like, we're poking fun at our blatant product placements, but it's meta, so that gives it a pass.
Yeah, I didn't really dig the third act.
Yeah,
I thought it was lame, and there's like the Phantom Zone.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Is that like that was kind of what like something that seems like something has Superman or something?
Yeah, it's like a Superman.
Like where Zod gets blasted too.
Yeah, and I thought the third act was kind of shit, but whatever. I thought it was at least sort of fun, and I didn't go into it thinking it was gonna be that fun, so I was pleasantly surprised, and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on Lego Batman if it's ever around.
Yeah. John Wick Chapter 2 though.
It was good. I never saw it. I saw the first one. The first one was pretty cool.
Yeah, the first one was pretty cool. The second one's pretty cool too. It's the first. I won't say much about this movie. It's kind of just okay. It furthers the lore of the universe thing, which is cool.
Like all these assassins and their backstories.
Yeah, it gives you not really the assassins as much. Like it kind of just like tells you like how this underworld works, sort of. I liked it. I liked it a lot. There's the first fight scene of this movie is so self-indulgent. It's so like
just making Keanu Reeves look like a badass.
Yeah,
and like he's like indestructible and invincible.
Yeah, it happens for so long. It goes on for so long, and it's like one giant take from like really a wide angle, like really far out, and it kind of zooms in on it. And
Slowly,
it's just happening
closer and closer to Keanu.
Yeah, and he gets like run over in the scene and like gets back up and just beats the shit out of guys, and like he goes through like 20 to 30 men in this scene. And Cole looks to me after this scene is over and just goes, that was either the worst fight scene I've ever seen in my entire life or the best fight scene I've ever seen in my entire life. He's like, I'm not sure which. And yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It was great. Oh God. What else did we see? You saw this February 17th release, A Cure for Wellness.
Yes, I have that as on my notes. I have that as my overlooked movie.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's underrated, but just overlooked. This movie got like trashed by critics. I know Chris Stuckman gave it a positive review.
Yeah.
And I picked it up on Black Friday, and then I finally watched it a few nights ago. Not a bad movie. Not a bad movie at all.
You said it got a little convoluted.
Yes, that's its major flaw.
I've heard that it's just too long.
Mm-hmm. It's very long, just like his other movies, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah.
At first I didn't think I was gonna like Dane DeHaan in it, but then I realized, his character is an asshole. He's perfect.
I don't hate Dane DeHaan. I
feel
think
like
that he doesn't he doesn't choose scripts very well.
Because he was also in like Valerian, so like both of his big movies that he were in flopped. But A Cure for Wellness, it had horrible trailers.
Yeah, it just made it as kind of like a
weird
like
artsy,
like a Shutter Island type looking movie. How similar is it to Shutter Island?
That's a fair comparison, but the wellness center, it's not an insane asylum, it's like a resort.
Oh.
It's a resort where like rich like businessmen and women like go to like get cured. Like it's more like a spa treatment place. It's not an insane asylum.
Interesting. Cure for Wellness.
This movie, it was shot very nice. It was interesting. It was weird, but I didn't think it was like the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. Like some people might think it is. I mean, then again, like I'm not even fazed by like a fish fucking a woman in The Shape of Water, so I feel like I'm just kind of immune to it. But this movie, like, it was cool because it was like modern horror, as far as modern being like The Shining as like a modern classic, mixed with like old like dark house like castle movies, because this movie does take place in like a castle. So it's like both those genres combining of like old classic Hollywood and like modern psychological horror. And I thought it did that like pretty well. But just, the plot was just needlessly way too convoluted in the way the story presented it and told it. Like, it's like, okay, like there's like such like a simpler way to get this across. It doesn't need to be this drawn out and this convoluted.
I'd be interested in watching it. I know it involves eels.
Yeah.
I think I read a plot synopsis of it.
Yeah,
Honestly, I did.
And one thing that I'll give A Cure for Wellness some points to is that this is a dense movie. Like, there's a lot going on in it. Not like it has so many subplots, but basically it's like this young business executive named Lockhart. His company in New York City is about to have like a merger with some other company, something to do with like Wall Street stocks, blah, blah, blah. Two companies are about to merge.
Yeah.
But their CEO is what's at the wellness center because he kind of lost his mind. So like that's a cool like back setup.
That is sort of that. That's believable too.
It is.
Yeah.
And there's a backstory about where in the Swiss Alps this wellness center takes place, because it's part of it is like a fucking castle from like this baron from like 200 years ago. And you learn a lot of the backstory about it and like the things that he did with his like wife and children. And even in modern time, the village that lives below the wellness center, they still like have like a beef going on.
Really?
So like that's cool. So there's like history in it. There's like the business side. There's a really interesting theme. Foundflix, he did a good video on it, and he summed it up best. How like it's about like businessmen who are just like dead inside because they realize that like all their hard work going towards like being a businessman is like fucking pointless. So it's like that's a cool little thing to like think about, just like how like empty your life can be, and that's like why they go to this wellness center.
Yeah.
And I didn't think this movie was that bad. It just missed its mark.
Yeah, it doesn't have something to do with like the Baron from 200 years old is like he's like 200 years old, like doing something with the water with the eels.
Yeah, you learn this throughout the movie because the lore with the Baron is it's talked about throughout the whole fucking movie without giving away any spoilers. And it worked for me. The third act kind of felt like a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, like action set piece.
Yeah.
I didn't find this movie particularly that scary. It had some good intense moments that kind of like get under your skin of like people like strapped to chairs, stuff like that, like being subjected. That kind of freaks me out. Kind of the same as Gerald's Game. But yeah, this movie got trashed by critics, bombed. I didn't think it was that bad. Not bad at all.
Cool. I'll have to watch it. Our next release that I'll talk about is Get Out.
Yeah, I loved Get Out.
I know you did. We've talked a bit about that,
yes.
So we'll move on.
One of the best movies of the year.
Absolutely.
One of the most memorable movies too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll go by release date here. The Institute didn't see it. Logan.
The Institute?
Yeah,
what the hell's that?
I don't know what it is. I'm reading different. It has a list of films that came out this year. Logan.
Yeah,
we've talked a little bit about Logan.
I enjoyed it.
I know you did. It was pretty good, right?
Yeah, definitely. If I were to do a top 10, which I thought about doing, but I feel like if I did, I would have maybe put Logan in it, but that would have been kind of like, I feel like I would be lying if I was really saying like one of the best movies I saw this year. It was really good though.
Yeah. I
That's
think
why I
this
didn't include it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite movies that came out this year. I don't know if it's the best movie I saw this year, but
is it the best superhero movie?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. Definitely, I think, actually. But I think it's good. The subplot with the Wolverine clone is sort of lame, but
yeah.
I don't think that the movie's really about that.
No.
I think that it's a character study for sure. And I think that subplot, when viewed from the perspective of this is a character study at the end of the day, it sort of is just like,
we need a villain that he can fight.
Yeah, and they're making it's a mirror image of himself if he had never met Professor X, or if he had never gone to, if he had never become an X-Man, this is what would have happened to him. Sort of thing like that.
I didn't even think of that, but I guess you're right.
Yeah, and so I sort of like it in that perspective. So, and I liked that it's sort of like that, it's kind of like this world is so barren and gross looking and shitty feeling, and you know what I mean? And then like you have this scientific kind of marvel that just happens, like the Wolverine clone, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, she doesn't just happen. She's
I was talking about X-24.
Yeah, the girl?
No, the X-23 is the girl.
Who's X-24?
the clone, the Wolverine clone.
Oh, I thought they just made him.
Yeah, I know, but I just kind of I liked that it's just like, oh, it's just this gross, like, weird clone of Logan that exists for some reason. But like, no, X-23 I really loved. She's great in the movie. She absolutely had purpose.
Daphne
She was there.
Keane, I
Yeah,
think that's her name.
yeah. There were like 3 villains in this movie too. There was the clone, Pierce, Alexander. No, it wasn't Alexander Pierce.
The
something.
Cajun talking guy.
Yeah. The guy with the robot hand man.
Yeah.
And then there was not Mr. Sinister.
Professor X's dementia.
Yeah. Christ.
So yeah, we both liked Logan.
Yep, Logan was good. It's one of my favorite movies that came out this year, actually. God, there are a lot of fucking movies came out this year, apparently. Kong Skull Island, did you see it?
No.
All right.
Which is
it was
a shame.
okay.
Which is a shame because I fucking love King Kong.
True. I mean,
it was good. I love Kong. I loved the Peter Jackson version when I was a kid. Haven't seen it in a while. I've seen the classic version. I love what King Kong is. And this movie, it looked like an entertaining action movie. And like, I don't know, I kind of want something a bit more from King Kong because Peter Jackson's version of it, which I am going to compare that to because that's the last live action version of King Kong we got.
Yeah.
That made it look like it was like this grand, like larger than life epic adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And this one just like, oh, it's for your Godzilla cinematic universe
Pretty
that
much.
no one wants.
Yeah.
And like, I
Shit,
heard it was,
I'll watch Godzilla versus King Kong. I'll fucking watch that shit. But, you know.
I thought about picking it up on Black Friday on Blu-ray. Like, I heard it was okay. I don't think I would get too much out of this. You saw it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was okay.
Do you think I would like this?
I think that you'd think it's okay.
Okay.
I think that you would think it's alright. It's not good, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know. This movie's decent. It's not great, really. It's just kind of there.
It's just like a...
Yeah, it's pretty forgettable.
Yeah.
It does, though, feature a scene of King Kong staring down Samuel L. Jackson.
Is that iconic?
It is kind of
Is that
iconic.
legendary?
I remember watching it and just bursting out laughing. So I was like, this is actually the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I know the director and Max Landis had beef. Had some Twitter beef or some shit.
Yeah, and then the director also had beef with
the guy who directed Kong Skull Island. He's like young.
Jordan Vogt Roberts, I believe is how you would say
like that.
His name. Yeah, he had beef with the CinemaSins guy, which maybe we can talk about that for a minute. Everybody, I guess, hates CinemaSins now.
I've never enjoyed their videos. Me personally.
I think their videos are fine. I think that they're funny. I've laughed. But if you take them seriously, you're actually a fucking moron. Like, they're very clearly a comedy video. It's not a review of a movie.
Yeah, they do every movie. It's like everything wrong with like The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
so
and
it's
like they're fake. Like, it's not real things.
Yeah, they're gonna make fun of every movie. Just the presentation to me, I never got too much entertainment value over it. Of just like this quick mashup of a movie and a guy talking really, really fast, like, you know, ding, and then like, to me, like, I get that it's clever, but not my favorite YouTube channel.
Yeah, I understand. And like,
are they getting backlash now?
Mostly from the guy Jordan Vogt Roberts, because he freaked out at CinemaSins and was like, "You're not satire. You're not this." And like, I mean, satire is in the eye of the beholder, kind of.
Apparently, Leafy is here as satire.
What?
Yeah.
What'd you just say?
You don't know the YouTube channel Leafy is here?
No.
He's just like some like 18-year-old like dude who has like 1 million subscribers, and he just like makes fun of like cringy YouTube videos and like says horrible things about the people in it. And then the YouTuber finds out, they get pissed, they make a reaction video, and then Leafy's just like, it's satire. I didn't know the guy was retarded and I called him a fucking loser. And it's like, that's not actually satire. Like, satire has to have something to like point out about like society or the subject.
Yeah.
You just being an asshole isn't satire.
I mean,
is this
I think that CinemaSins kind of does suffer from that, because like saying it's completely satire is sort of wrong, because it's not. Like, they do have actually genuine complaints sometimes that are like unavoidable, or like flaws in movies, like that you can, like, a word is spelled wrong in this scene.
You could say like Half in the Bag is satire.
You could
say shit on movies, but they make it like a clear thing that these like the way they portray themselves are like two like losers who like do nothing and just talk about movies. So like that's like a satirical element to it.
Yeah, but then they do like they provide actual analysis on top of their satirical elements, and that's what I don't think people understand. They think that things need to be so black and white. Like this is satire, this is not satire. If you're not satirical, you're not allowed to have any satirical elements in it. And I think that CinemaSins is just a guy or guys, I guess, because there's multiple writers.
There's two of them because they were on Movie Fights a few times together.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Wow, I should watch those episodes.
I think 2 episodes they appeared on. Yeah.
Is this back when Andy Signore was in?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Movie Fights has not been back since.
I think they're working on it.
I think so too, and I hope they make it better than ever. Because
I almost said Dan Harmon. Dan Murrell is
he should be the judge. He was
he will.
He was always meant to be the judge, not fucking Andy. No one ever liked Andy.
No one did. He was the worst fighter too.
Yeah.
Like he was such a bad fighter. Like he just I fucking hated him actually. Andy Signore was a douchebag before the things came out, and like it's kind of a relief that they came out because he was a douchebag. Hot take on Andy Signore. Anyway, T2 Trainspotting also came out. Didn't see it.
Have you seen Trainspotting?
I watched it once. I don't remember it.
Trainspotting's a good movie. It's a fucked up movie. Yeah. It has some really like intense, like surreal, nightmarish scenes of like people withdrawing from drugs.
You know who's in it?
Ewan. Yeah, it's probably his. He's great in the movie too.
It's not his best performance because everybody knows his best performance is Episode 3, The Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith, not also came out this year is Chips.
Yeah, that movie tanked. No. They were just trying to do the 22 Jump Street thing. I don't know why they made a Trainspotting sequel. It didn't need to have a sequel. I heard it was pretty good. Surprised it didn't get a little bit more buzz considering Trainspotting's like a cult classic.
Yeah.
But
you know what else?
I still didn't get around to seeing that one.
You know what else came out this year, Colin?
What?
Power Rangers.
It was okay. It was all right. It didn't feel like Power Rangers though. We talked about this way long ago on the first podcast.
Yeah, we did.
This movie they first fucked up by making it dark.
I would agree with that.
That was the first like misstep because it's like people are like, "Oh, well, if it's dark, if it's not dark, it'll be too colorful and kiddie." And it's like, well, Marvel movies are colorful and they're not like super kid oriented.
No.
Power Rangers was never meant to be dark. What's her face? Who played Rita in this movie? What's her name?
Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, she gives like the hammiest performance of the year.
Yeah, she chews up some fucking scenery.
It was pretty bad, but it's like she wasn't taking it seriously, so hammiest performance.
She had a good time with it, clearly.
Yeah, but it didn't come off.
No,
it didn't come off as fun.
No, and I would say that the performances that are in this film, they clash because the kids are pretty good.
Yeah, they are. They're the
really
highlight
good
of the movie for sure.
Yeah, like they'll get work after this because they're all pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah, they all will.
Yeah.
They're young up and comers.
Daiquiri, whatever the fuck, is in Stranger Things too.
He is. And the kid who played Billy, he was on some show on Showtime called I'm Dying Up Here. I think one of the chicks is like a pop star. The Asian dude, he'll be fine. And the other girl,
yeah,
it was okay. It was like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Michael Bay movie. A lot better than that one. Have you seen the Michael Bay Ninja Turtle movie?
I haven't, no.
He didn't direct it, he just produced it, but his fingerprints and visual style and like script is like all over it. And like it was pretty bad, but I didn't think it was like the worst thing ever.
Fair enough.
But I think it's a good comparison, this Power Rangers movie and that Ninja Turtle movie, where it's like, this should be so much better. Like, why isn't it like this?
Yeah.
Like, you know, why is like the Rangers, like, why aren't they like this gloomy, shitty environment? For the Ninja Turtles, why are they so fucking ugly? Because the Ninja Turtles are like cute. That was their thing. Like, they're cute dudes.
Yeah.
You know, they're cute like turtle guys. And they made them ugly as fuck.
They made them, not only did they make them ugly, they made them enormous.
Yes.
It made them huge.
Yes.
And like
Hulking.
the Ninja Turtles they're teenage. They're small.
Yeah,
like,
they're like the size of this dresser next to me.
Yeah, they're not huge dudes. I'd say a little bit taller than the dresser. But like
You can easily reboot Ninja Turtles, and if you make it look good,
People will come.
Everyone will go see it.
yeah,
So
they'll
they
come,
can
Ray.
easily reboot it. I think if anyone is like, I don't know, the last Ninja Turtle movies didn't perform very well, it's like, yeah, no shit, because they weren't good.
Yeah.
Kind of like Power Rangers. It was okay, disappointing. It missed the mark. It didn't feel like a Power Rangers movie.
I would agree with that.
Felt like a CW like superhero TV show.
Yeah, I'd agree. Other movies that came out this year were Life.
Never saw that one.
Didn't me neither. What was another one? The Zookeeper's Wife. I said that as a joke. But the last one in March, they came out March 31st, is The Void. We watched it. We reviewed it on our Halloween special. You can go back and watch it.
That came out this year?
Yeah, it came out March 31st.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Fan-funded project.
That one was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It was
Yeah.
all right. It had
Had its moments.
the beyond
yeah.
elements in it.
It was
cool.
Lovecraftian look.
It was very Lovecraftian. Wonder came out this year. Didn't see it. What else came out this year? I'm just going through it. The Assignment, didn't see it. Smurfs: The Lost Village, didn't see it. Although I heard it was better than the befores. So whatever. Who cares?
Why did they release another Smurfs movie?
I don't know.
Didn't they know it was getting diminishing returns?
I guess.
Come on, people.
Yeah.
The trajectory is going downwards. If we make another Smurfs movie, it will probably keep going down.
Let's
make it.
This has My Friend Dahmer coming out on April 21st, 2017. It's not. I think it debuted at probably a festival or something.
My Friend Dahmer?
Then. Yeah, My Friend Dahmer, based on the graphic novel of the same name that I read. I read it.
Is it about Jeffrey Dahmer?
It's about Jeffrey Dahmer, written by a guy who was friends with him in high school.
Interesting.
And wrote about his times and shit. It's a really interesting graphic novel. If you want to read it,
that sounds good. Was the movie any good?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
No.
Zeke actually lent me the copy of the graphic novel when we were in high school together, and I read it in 2 days and gave it back to him.
I've had a hankering for I'd rather watch a documentary on Dahmer before any type of fictionalized, stylized version.
Yeah, I would. The graphic novel is sort of documentary-esque. I don't know.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. I very much enjoyed reading the graphic novel, and I didn't feel like I was reading a graphic novel. There was nothing really fictionalized about it. Just kind of told his experiences of Dahmer and his speculation on what was happening behind the scenes. It's very well written too. The guy's a great writer.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, My Friend Dahmer. Go and look it up. We're about to cap off April.
I can talk about some of the worst of the year, but one of them's going to come up in May.
All right. Well, we're heading into May now. Baywatch came out, didn't see it. Pirates of the Caribbean, didn't see it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 though. That came out in April.
A lot of people are saying this is the weakest of the comic book movies of the year.
You know what? I actually like Volume 2.
I did too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I can definitely see upon rewatching it being weaker.
Yeah, I bought it on Blu-ray, and when I watched it again, I was kind of I'm not enjoying this quite as much as I did in theaters. I guess that excitement, that buzz is gone. You start noticing a lot of the humor comes off more obnoxious and mean-spirited.
Yeah,
not in a good way, because that's what James Gunn is known for.
Yeah,
outside of Marvel, he's an R-rated mean-spirited black comedy dude.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that. I wanted to bring up something because I thought of this the other day.
What?
Oh, I see your stinker that we're gonna go for.
Next. What a stinker!
Yeah, it's right underneath this. I want to say that I think the comedy is a product of this movie having arguably the darkest undertones of any Marvel movie thus far. You know what I mean? Because this movie has. Think about it. Think about Ego and his motives or his I guess crimes that he has committed to society. He's done.
Galaxy. He's like a deadbeat dad of the galaxies.
I wouldn't even say that. That is understating it quite a bit. He went around basically boned a ton of women in the galaxy to have children, with the intent to have kids. Had the kids, wondered if they have powers, if they had the powers.
And they never did.
They never did. So
Earth.
So he ate all of them. He ate them and threw away their carcasses.
Oh, really? Yeah, I remember all the bones and everything. Yeah, he ate them, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he, like as Kurt Russell, or did their corpses just, like, decompose into his Earth body?
I don't know. It's unknown how it happened.
I guess
the logistics. That's just fucked up. And, like, he goes to Earth for Meredith Quill. He fucks her, literally plants his seed on the planet, as he does all of his planets.
Mm-hmm.
And he then puts a tumor in her head so that
ensuring
he won't
her
care.
death.
Yeah, ensuring her death so that he has no reason to go back. Like, that's
weird.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
it's a fucked up movie.
I guess that's Kurt Russell truly was not human, because that is not a human thing that someone would do.
No, and like that's why I think that he might be the best villain of a comic book movie this year, because he's really good. He's really good, and I think that he's just.
Marvel had some good villains this year.
They did. Hela was pretty solid too. I just think that Guardians. I think that the comedy is trying to. It's James Gunn trying to get away with doing this really fucked up subplot, or not subplot. The plot of the film is fucked up, and he knows it, and I think he's trying to overcompensate with the comedy, but it didn't need it.
Well, the comedy just, to me, felt obnoxious.
Me too.
And not in a good, silly way, but more just like, Mantis gets hit by a projectile.
Yeah.
And, Drax is standing there holding his side, pointing and laughing. They do that joke, like 3 or 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, Drax laughing or whatever. Yeah. It's very obnoxious.
Baby Groot has, like, the eye or something, and Rocket is, like, losing his shit.
Yeah.
Over it, and it's like, okay, like, the laughing at someone else's expense, like, we get it. Like, it wasn't really that funny the first time.
I think that just might be a product of the screenplay, James Gunn looking at it and going, wow, like, this is hilarious. No, I think it's a product of him going, like, wow, this is kind of fucked up. Like, Yondu, like, bangs a sex prostitute, or, like, a sex robot prostitute thing. And it's like, damn, those are now canon in the Marvel Universe. Disney's Marvel Universe now has robot prostitutes. Sex bots. I don't know. I think that...
We need to stop sheltering the children.
Yeah. I think that the comedy elements of it, if we go back, like, one rewrite in the screenplay, I feel like they're not there. You know what I mean? It feels like something that was added in late in the, not
because they knew,
shooting of the movie, but the writing process.
Because they knew they had to have humor in it, because it's Marvel. Yes. I thought all the stuff with Rocket was kind of boring.
Me too.
With Yondu, like,
yeah.
The scene where he's like blowing up all the guys in the air. I thought that scene was kind of overkill. And
Me too.
Like, just like kind of annoying.
And the whole like, it's like, I get you, boy, because I'm you.
Yeah.
Or you're me. And, I understand it, but it's a little on the nose.
It's like that scene in Shape of Water with Richard Jenkins and the asset alone.
Yeah.
Dude, that joke where Rocket is like, Taserface? Ha ha ha, what a stupid name. Taserface? Looks into the camera, Taserface! It's like, it wasn't funny the first time. Like, quit saying it.
Yeah, and then eventually when Taserface dies and the members
they all die. Every single one of them die.
Yeah.
Except for James Gunn's brother.
Yeah, you're right, because I guess he just couldn't keep Sean Gunn dead.
No.
Because he's the one good Ravager.
He did something with Yondu, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He like helped him out or something, yeah. And Sylvester Stallone's in the movie?
Yeah, very briefly.
As Starhawk, who's like a Guardian of the Galaxy. Like, those are... You remember that post-credit scene? Because there was like 7 post-credit scenes in this movie.
Yeah, he's at Yondu's funeral.
Yeah, he is. And like, he's there with Charlie 27 and God, what's the other? There are a bunch of just like random Ravagers who are the original Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics
from like the 60s.
Yes, yeah, and like they're all there. And it's pretty cool. That was kind of cool.
I didn't care for what is it? Adam Warlock.
Yeah,
that post-credit scene by the gold people.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb looking and like silly, but whatever.
It didn't get me excited, that post-credit scene, because it's like who? Like
Adam Warlock is basically the Vision. The Vision is an amalgamation of two different characters. It's the Vision and Adam Warlock into Adam Warlock. Just like I think I've talked about this before. How I just watched a video on it too, which is kind of funny because I mentioned it on the podcast once.
is he a
Ego is a amalgamation of different characters, not just strictly Ego, the living planet.
Is Adam Warlock a space buccaneer?
No, he's basically the Vision. He's just a completely moral being who just knows right from wrong and like all that, can lift the hammer. See, the Vision can never lift the hammer in the comics. Adam Warlock can. And Adam Warlock also can wield the Infinity Gauntlet because he is pure of heart. Anyway,
I guess he's going to be in the third Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, a lot of people say it's the weakest of the comic book movies. I guess I still liked it, so
yeah,
it was enjoyable.
Yeah,
I had a good time.
Me too. So the stinker that came out later on in May. Do you want to talk about it? We talked about it a while ago, but it's been a minute.
Yeah, this movie was so bad it birthed the Snyder-Collin podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that movie is Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant.
Yeah, I was so disappointed by this movie. I drank the Kool-Aid on it. I should have known, because Prometheus was pretty divisive, even though I enjoyed that movie. So that wasn't like...
Yep.
You know, that movie was already divisive, but I still liked it. The trailers were okay.
Yeah.
I think I was just like blinded by expectations, just be like, oh, here we go, a new Alien movie. And it ended up
sucking balls.
Yeah, horrible, trash movie. So bad it killed the franchise.
Probably.
It bombed.
God.
Blade Runner made more than this movie domestically.
Really?
Yeah, let that sink in.
Yeah, Blade Runner bombed.
Yeah. I think it made like $20 million more than Alien Covenant.
Jeez.
Just stupid characters.
Hey, can you not drop a fucking coin on the ground? That'd be great.
Anyways, you have stupid characters. Everyone's like, Danny McBride was a standout. And it's like, he didn't do anything. He stood in a ship and let his wife die. What a great standout. Well, he didn't let...
Are people really talking about how Danny McBride is a standout in this movie?
I mean, not anymore, but when the reviews
came out.
Yeah. Obviously not now, because
it's terrible, yeah.
Yeah. Horrible CGI. The xenomorphs looked like assholes. It looked like they just like copied and pasted them out of like Alien Isolation, the video game.
It's true.
Just stupid. David created the xenomorphs. I knew it! Now we know! Just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. It's really lame, too.
One review that I watched on YouTube, they made a comparison that like Alien Covenant and Prometheus is basically like the Star Wars prequels for the Alien movies, and it's kind of true.
That is true.
The crappy prequels that like
no one really respects or likes.
Yeah.
Everyone just kind of ignores.
That we kind of wanted, but no one respects or likes. That's the perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
I absolutely hated this movie. I think when we first saw it in the theaters, I was probably like, oh, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, and then like the next day, like a 5 out of 10. Honestly, I'd probably give this movie like a 4. Like, that's probably too low, but I did not like this movie at all.
I know you didn't. And me neither, really. I thought it was shitty.
Yeah.
I did not like it.
It was not intense. There's no good overall build-up to the alien first appearing in this movie, which is a huge missed opportunity as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
You'd want to build up to that moment, but this movie, it's like, oh my god, it's on a shelf.
Yeah.
I thought, even Michael Fassbender couldn't even save this movie. He's had a bad year too, because he was also in that movie called The Snowman.
Yeah,
which is apparently like one of the worst films of the year. So he's had a bad year.
Yeah, he has, and that sucks because he's great. He's a great actor.
And what did he do before this? Like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's had some stinkers.
Yeah, he has. But we'll get into June now because we're pretty much done with May.
All right.
Those were the 2 movies of May. On June 2nd, 2017, we had Wonder Woman premiere.
I still haven't seen it.
I still haven't seen this movie.
I have the film on Blu-ray. Got it on
Yeah.
Black Friday for about, I think, $6, $7, $9. So I have it, but I haven't watched it. I've heard good things. It's one of the biggest movies of the year. It grossed $412 million domestically. Yeah, I have Box Office Mojo pulled up. And this isn't about Wonder Woman, but I just want to share this now. But the 18-day total between The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, it's stupid how much money The Force Awakens made.
Yeah.
It's insane how much money that movie made.
Well, the thing about The Last Jedi is we said that pretty much everybody that went out and saw The Force Awakens on opening weekend went and saw it. But The Force Awakens, people were knowingly staying home for it too. They knew that they didn't want to go see it. Like, immediately. They wanted to wait for the buzz to kind of go down to go watch it.
Wait, which one? The Last Jedi?
The Force Awakens.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, you had families who were, like, not planning on going and seeing, but they heard all the buzz, so they're like, well, I guess we all have to go see this movie, because everybody wants to see it. But, you know, it's, I think that The Last Jedi is still making immense amount of money.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's not flopping by any means. A lot of people want you to believe it's flopping, too.
I'm not trying to make that comparison. I'm only trying to make the comparison of just how much money The Force Awakens made. But
yeah, it did make a lot of money, didn't it?
Yeah, The Last Jedi is making, dump trucks of money. It's at like only $530 million. So it's already the biggest movie of the year. But at this time for The Force Awakens, it made $750 million.
That's insane.
I know. So
That's insane. But it is a sequel. You can't really expect anything less. I mean, Age of Ultron made less than the Avengers did, of course. Empire Strikes Back made, I think, the least amount of money than any of the originals did.
Yeah, it did. Kind of like how Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
The least money-making of all the Spider-Man films.
Yeah, and just like those films, The Last Jedi is easily the best out of this trilogy. It's probably the best Star Wars movie, actually, of all time. Actually, I think it's the best movie of all time. Yeah.
I didn't have The Last Jedi in my favorites of the year.
I don't either. I mean, I do love it, but I don't either.
I didn't have it as favorites.
I don't really have a top 10. It's one of my favorite movies of the year because it's a memorable movie experience because it's Star Wars, but I don't think it's top 10 for me. I'm not going to give you a top 10 list. I don't really care.
It's fine.
I
knew you wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't really rate things like that. I don't view life like a list like you do.
Yeah, like
I'm not a fucking robot.
I brought this up to Jacob, and it's all one movie to him.
Yeah, that's true.
All one massive
life is
movie.
one big movie. You know what I'm saying?
Every movie is a continuation.
You're right.
From the next.
Yeah, it's kind of hard when the in-universe stuff, the Marvel stuff, really shits on me because I wonder how it connects to The Mummy 2017, and that's our segue. The Mummy 2017 came out this year.
A movie we devoted a podcast to without even watching.
Basically, yeah. We didn't watch the movie and we reviewed it. Still haven't seen it. We don't fucking care. Moving on.
We did review
The Mummy. We did, and The Mummy sorta is our first podcast episode title.
Oh, well, we can bring up that it killed the dark universe.
It did probably. We still don't even have confirmation on that it's dead or not. We still hear news from it.
Can you imagine if The Shape of Water in some strange way was the beginning of the dark universe and how fucking amazing it would be?
That would be pretty amazing.
More in just the sense of they're all standalones, but we're calling it the dark universe.
That would be cool.
And if The Shape of Water was the first one, it would have been wow, this is awesome. I hate the idea of Frankenstein, Dracula, the Mummy team up to fight Van Helsing. Didn't we try this 12 years ago with Hugh Jackman? 13 years ago?
Isn't Van Helsing the protagonist of that idea too?
Yeah, he's the hero. So what I said was kind of backwards.
Yeah. It's dumb. Alright, well, the last of the Junes pretty much we're getting into here. The Big Sick came out. I haven't seen it, unfortunately. I really do want to see it.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things.
Yeah, and then also a movie that I really just, I didn't get around to seeing, but I really do want to see, that I heard is on par with The Big Sick as far as quality goes, and, like reviews, everybody was really high on
Is
it
it
when
a
it
comedy?
came out. In some ways, yes, it's Transformers: The Last Night. In some ways, it is a comedy because it's so fucking terrible that it is that.
Yeah,
It is funny.
And it's
in a
also
way.
like a moving portrait of like this relationship that you can like relate to.
Yeah.
I forgot that that movie even came out. They have a Bumblebee spin-off movie coming that no one wants.
Yeah, but it's directed by someone else, not Michael Bay, so I'm kind of okay with it.
It's directed by the guy who did fucking what's it called? Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited for that now. Because Kubo and the Two Strings is pretty good.
It was cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for that now, actually. That's kind of cool. Maybe it'll be good. You never know. Might be good.
I kind of want to see The Last Night just to see how like
fucking terrible.
Yeah,
it is.
awkward and like cringeworthy.
It has
Anthony
Hopkins saying dude. God, fucking kill me. On January 28th, we do have a couple more June movies. Baby Driver came out. We really liked Baby Driver. I liked Baby Driver. I don't think we really liked it, but it's okay.
That's the movie that I have listed as the most overrated movie I saw.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking overrated.
Yeah, not because it was bad, but because it was like...
It's not that great.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought the stunt works, like car stunts, that was pretty cool. It was just okay.
Yeah.
It was just okay. I didn't think it was amazing. A lot of people haven't liked their top 10s and stuff.
I agree. And then to cap off June, on the 28th of June, 2017, Okja came out. And Okja was okay.
Yeah, you're talking about that, and you said it was fucking weird.
It was weird
as holy shit.
Yeah, I said it was weird as holy shit. It was okay. Yeah, it was decent. It was fine. So Spider-Man Homecoming came out on July 7th. We saw this together on July 6th.
On my birthday.
We did. Happy birthday.
I turned 23 while watching Spider-Man Homecoming. And yeah, my favorite comic book movie of the year, the movie I had the most fun with.
It's Spider-Man Homecoming. That's your favorite comic book movie of the year?
Yes.
You put it over Logan?
Yes.
Wow. That's impressive. I really like Spider-Man Homecoming. It was pretty good.
I know I'm in the minority of that, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. We covered it. We reviewed that.
We've talked about Spider-Man thoroughly.
We have. We remember when we had that Spider-Man episode not too long ago? It was a great episode. It's one of my favorites.
Like a month ago?
Yeah, it was one of my favorite episodes. A movie that I really want to see that came out on July 7th is A Ghost Story.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that, yeah.
I've heard that's a good one.
Yep.
I've heard it's depressing.
Me too.
It's a sad, sad movie.
Yeah.
Casey Affleck.
God, it's a sad director. Or sad actor. His brother's a director. He directed such quality films as Live by Night. War for the Planet of the Apes came out on July 14th. What'd you think of War for the Planet of the Apes? We talked about this last week, I think.
Yeah,
or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we did a little bit. It was pretty good. Yeah, I still like Rise. I still like Rise the most.
I still like Dawn the most, but we've been through this. Yeah. Dunkirk.
I never saw it.
It was okay.
Moving on. I wanted to go see that in theaters. Didn't end up seeing it in theaters. I don't have like a surround sound system or a massive TV, so I just think I'm never gonna watch Dunkirk because I feel like I missed the point, the opportunity. I missed the window. I feel like it was a movie that like was meant to be seen in a theater.
You're not wrong.
You know?
Yeah.
And like if I watch it like in my room on like my 32-inch TV, like it's
going to be underwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand. I'm with you.
But I wanted to see it. Probably never will now.
This is a film I really need to see right here. It's called First Kill. It's rated R. It's 97 minutes long, so get in and get out, you know what I'm saying? In order to reconnect with his son Danny, who's played by Ty Shelton, I don't know who that is, big shot Wall Street broker Will, played by Hayden Christensen,
what the hell?
Takes his family on a hunting trip to the cabin where he grew up. While out hunting with Danny, the trip takes a deadly turn when they stumble upon several robbers and witness the murder of one of the criminals. After becoming entangled in a bank heist gone bad, that results in the kidnapping of Danny, Will is forced to help the kidnappers evade the police chief, who is Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I see that.
And
I looked
recover
it
the
up.
stolen loot in exchange for his son's life. This sounds so fucking convoluted. Holy shit.
This sounds like this would have been like a good like early 90s, late 80s action movie with like Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger, but unfortunately like that genre of action is kind of dead.
Yeah.
It's not like not like those movies were like high art or high cinema, but they were like solid entertaining movies.
Yeah.
Like Commando, Rambo, First Blood. And I guess this movie's still trying to do that, and I think what killed it? Like Taken? Taken was kind of the new like action star franchise. This movie First Kill has a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes and a staggeringly low 4.9 on IMDb.
Wow.
Even bad movies usually have like a 6.
Damn.
For the most part.
Everybody has their fans, you know. Or every movie has its fans. And no movie shows this better, a movie that has its fans, than Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets. It was just not very good. I'm sorry. It was a beautiful movie. It looked great. It wasn't good, and I did not like watching it. Watching it, I looked over to Alex many times, and I was like, what the fuck is happening
Was
right
it just
now?
boring?
No, it wasn't boring. One thing I can't say is that it was boring. It wasn't boring. Just the leads, Dane DeHaan has no charisma in this movie whatsoever. It's charismatic. His charisma is fucking evaporated in the first 4 seconds of this movie. It's very boring. Not really. The first 4 seconds are irrelevant to this movie, actually. Cara Delevingne is a terrible fucking actress. Yes.
She's
an actress. She's awful.
She's pretty.
She's beautiful. Absolutely. She's a terrible actress. They have no chemistry whatsoever. It's non-existent. The plot of this film is so fucking convoluted. I have no idea. I had no idea what was happening anymore by the end of the movie.
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell is happening?
Hardcore sci-fi.
Yeah. But, you know what? Whatever. It was shit. Who cares? The Emoji Movie came out this year also, which was also shit that we haven't seen it. July 28th? It says Second Untitled Marvel Project 2017.
Oh, did some Marvel project come out, like, unnoticed?
That's hilarious. I think this was made, like, before. This list was made, like, I guess, before 2017.
Most likely.
That's
If a movie titled Untitled Marvel Project, that never came out at the end of July.
Did something come out on July 28th? That was a Marvel project?
No.
Nah, because when did Thor come out?
November.
Interesting. Maybe Thor was originally set for July 28th.
Did we see Thor its opening day?
Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yeah.
Damn.
We had a review up pretty quick, too.
Damn. Yeah, you're right, we did. We did see that opening day on like a Thursday or something.
Yeah.
Shit, I just realized that.
Mm-hmm. We're now in August. The Dark Tower came out. Haven't seen it.
Almost bought that on Black Friday just to see how lame it was going to be.
I'm glad you didn't.
I kind of wish I did. It was too much. It was $10. If it was like $2, which is nothing is that cheap on Black Friday on Blu-ray.
Yeah. Detroit came out this year, didn't see it. Wind River also came out this year, didn't see it. Those are 2 movies that are getting buzz, I guess.
Not Detroit.
No,
Detroit came and went. Kind of like Stronger with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
That was a movie that I think they wanted to get award consideration, but they didn't like play it too well. They had it come out too early. Heard good things about Detroit, but I don't think it's going to get any buzz.
No, there's a lot of movies here that.
Wait, what was the other one?
Seen.
Wind River.
Wind River.
I heard that one was good.
Yeah, me too. It's getting some buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Other movies that came out this year: The Glass Castle, starring looks like Brie Larson, whom I love.
I've never even heard of that.
No, me neither. Actually, I have heard of it. Sorry, I have, but I don't know anything about it.
I've seen
the Hitman's Bodyguard.
That was like a movie that like
cringe
everyone went to go see because dude, there was nothing to see in August.
It's true.
Until
Logan Lucky. Not just kidding.
Dude, I don't get Steven Soderbergh.
I haven't really seen any of his movies.
I don't get like what his like big appeal is, other than he just makes like tons and tons of movies, and they all have that like saturated look.
Yeah. Did a Starship Troopers animated movie come out this year?
Straight to video.
Traitor of Mars.
Yeah, straight to like DVD and Blu-ray and like digital.
Interesting. Death Note.
That's a movie that I have on for stinkers.
Yep, it's fucking awful.
Yeah, it was just so lame and cringeworthy. I didn't like the way they portrayed Light. Because in the anime, which I know it's like, okay, like, they're two different things, but like, in the anime, he's just like a student, you know? But in this
Yeah.
one, he has like lame, like blonde highlights, and he's like all
Well, he's just a
edgy
guy
and,
in the anime, but he's also like the most popular guy in school and
Mhm.
stuff, and like,
in this one, he's just like an edgy teen, played by the singer of the Naked Brothers band. And like the opening shot is like, the girl who becomes like his girlfriend, like they make eye contact in slow motion while it's like all dark and rainy outside, and he's like sitting on a bench.
Netflix made some fucking stinkers this year.
They did.
For every Gerald's game, there's 2 Brights and fucking Death Notes.
You should watch Gerald's game.
I should watch Bright.
I want to know how you feel about the ending.
I
But
do
yeah,
want to watch it.
But yeah, Death Note, it wasn't like terrible. It was just lame. So I didn't enjoy that one at all.
Yeah, what you were going to say, though, the film that came out on September 8th, 2017.
Wait.
In September.
Before that, I want to say one more thing about Death Note.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who plays L is the guy at the beginning of Get Out.
Yeah, he's also on Atlanta.
Yeah.
Lakeith Steinfeld.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, he's great, too. He's a good actor. He's a good character actor.
Yeah, I feel like that's what he did this year, because he's like in like Get Out, he's like in a really, really memorable role, but like you're not going to be like, who was that guy?
Yeah.
You know? Then it's
and
like,
same with Death Note, too.
Oh,
like,
he's in something else I've seen.
Yeah, he's the most compelling part of Death Note for me, probably.
Yeah,
he's actually
he was okay.
decent in it, yeah. He was at least somewhat convincing.
He was better than fucking L or Light.
I agree.
Anyways, what came out in September?
September 8th, 2017, your most anticipated film of the year. Easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has your opinion changed on this movie?
No, I still really like it. I like it a lot. It comes out on Blu-ray January 9th, and I can't wait to go home and rewatch it.
How is it this late?
Because it made a ton of money, so they kept it in theaters. It like broke records.
Damn.
So they just kept it in theaters. You could buy it on digital like 2 weeks ago, but nah. I thought about renting it, but you can't. You can only buy it for like $20. And I'm like, that's stupid. Why would I buy the digital copy for $20 when I can like physically buy something that I can hold in my hand?
Yeah, you're right.
Where's the logic in that? But no, I still really like it. My only one complaint I had was like it was too noisy, but that's not going to bother me when I'm watching it at home.
Yeah,
because I don't have surround sound, so that was the thing.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Another film that came out on the 15th of September that I saw, you didn't, was American Assassin. I wouldn't watch it with Alex.
Charlie was telling me about that.
Really?
Movie. Yeah.
Really? What did he say? What did old Charlie say?
He liked it. I remember just being like, "Oh yeah, man."
That's great. Charlie's a good guy. American Assassin was okay.
It looked kind of generic.
Yeah, it wasn't as generic as you think it was, but kind of Taylor Kitsch in it.
And Michael Keaton.
Yeah, but Taylor Kitsch. I saw Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Did you?
No, I heard it was underwhelming.
Very. I heard it's very underwhelming. Yeah. I liked it, but it wasn't great. Didn't see the Lego Ninjago movie. Didn't see Battle of the Sexes.
That was a movie that they tried getting Oscar buzz.
Yeah, it didn't.
But they released it too early.
They did
in September. You got to wait until November to get your Oscar buzz.
Yep. A film that we talked about for 5 minutes, but mostly about its director, who is not a good dude. But this is the third installment in this franchise. I'm hinting for you. This is the third installment in this franchise, coming much later than the original two. The original two are cult-followed movies. And the original, the director is a pedophile.
Oh, Jeepers Creepers.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
No interest in
Jeepers
Creepers
3. Yeah.
Creepers 3. No interest.
Gerald's Game came out on September 29th, apparently.
Loved it. Not really. Great movie, though.
Yeah. Flatliners apparently was shit. American Made I didn't see, but apparently it's not getting anything.
Flatliners. I remember when I think I saw see in theaters. I was like, the twist. They were alive the whole time. I still think that's really clever, and I like to brag about that joke.
Thanks.
Guys, we we never flatlined to begin with.
Mm.
And they're just like, wait, so we're just seeing stupid hallucinations for no reason? Yeah. Oh. Movie ends.
We're actually just doing acid.
Yeah, it's because we're addicted to drugs, remember? Oh, that's right.
Yeah. All right. October 6th, 2017. We saw
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I
My
think
favorite film of the year.
Really? That's
Yep.
number one for you?
I think it is.
I think we saw that the weekend after.
I think so.
Yeah. Because I believe so.
I think
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It
We did a before and after review on that.
It was technically flawless.
It was a flawed masterpiece.
Yeah. Roger Deakins is. I wonder if he's going to win his Oscar for cinematography.
Probably not. It's not getting
Yeah.
any buzz.
It will for technical stuff.
Will it? I mean,
It
it made
won't-
no money, so let's see.
I'll be shocked if it gets nominated for Best Picture. Not because it doesn't deserve it, because I'd just be surprised.
Yeah.
That comes out on Blu-ray January 16th.
I think it does deserve a nom there, because it is a phenomenal fucking movie, but it just made no money, so it's not going to get any buzz for it.
The old Oscar people are going to be like, is that a sequel to Bonsai Buckaroo?
Oh my god. I can't even believe... Have you seen that movie?
No.
From
but,
Bonsai Buckaroo of the Fifth Dimension or something,
yeah,
some like crazy
Voyage
shit.
of the Fifth Dimension or something?
Yeah.
No, one of my favorite YouTubers, Happy Console Gamer, he proclaims that's one of his favorite movies.
Really?
And he's talked about it on his channel a lot. You've heard of it.
I have
No,
heard of it.
clearly,
I have.
You're shocked.
I can't even believe that you knew it was a real movie.
That's what the old people are saying. Is it a sequel to Buckaroo Banzai?
The Snowman came out on October 13th. Haven't seen it. Heard it was shit.
Yep.
Happy Death Day came out on October 13th also.
That was a sleeper hit. I heard it was a fun movie. Hunter said it was pretty good, which is shocking.
Yeah, that Hunter liked it.
Yeah, that Hunter would like Happy Death Day.
It is pretty crazy, but good for him? Question mark.
He saw it with Movie Pass. I remember he texted me that, and like I had like the worst cold I had that year. And, like, I was just, like, laying in bed dying, and I get a text message, and I just hear in Hunter's voice, hey, I'm gonna go see Happy Death Day. And I was just, like, couldn't breathe. And I was like, So, that's a memory of Hunter that I have.
Another film that came out this year was Mother, and we didn't see it.
No. Hunter didn't like that movie either.
Didn't?
No. So we can plug his review. He didn't care for Mother.
All right, that's fine. Go and watch Hunter's review of Mother. It just seemed like...
I didn't like the marketing. Mother! With a exclamation point. Mother!
Yeah, it looks dumb.
From the edgy director of Black Swan, Darren Aronofsky. I've liked some of his movies, too. I'm one of the few people who really like Requiem for a Dream.
You're not one of the few people who like that movie. That's a very well-liked movie.
It is, but everyone's like, oh, you can only watch it once, and if you ever watch it more than once, you're fucking weird.
That's a really close-minded way to say that.
Or like the people who are really woke, and they're like, oh, I've been addicted to drugs, and I've been using drugs, and I know the effects of drugs, and this movie is hyper-stylized.
Requiem for a Dream is a good movie.
I really like
Some
it.
would even say it's a great movie.
I think it's his best movie.
It probably is. Yeah.
Ellen Burstyn is amazing in it. She's a great actress. She's really good. I want to see more stuff with her in it. She was amazing in The Exorcist. She's amazing in Requiem for a Dream. She was in The Last Picture Show. She was good in that. Great actress. Classy lady. She was in The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Not the original Wicker Man.
No, the remake.
Isn't that crazy that The Wicker Man is a remake?
Yeah. I haven't seen both. Oh, whoops.
Anyway,
Mike.
Yeah, let's try to wrap up this list, and then we'll go through and list all of your top 10s and things like that. All right, our last Marvel film of the year, we have Thor Ragnarok. It was good, and we had a good time. We reviewed it also. There's an entire episode dedicated to it.
Yes.
This has third Untitled Marvel Project 2017.
Yeah, that's
funny.
That probably is Thor.
It is Thor.
Or that other Untitled Marvel project that they release coincide with their major
Yes.
Marvel products.
Of course. All right, we have Justice League.
Lame.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was good. I liked it, but whatever. It
aver-
wasn't good, but I liked
average
it.
at best.
Yeah. Molly's Game, which apparently came
Yeah,
out on November 22nd.
Now we're getting to like territory where it's like, yep, still haven't seen all these movies. These are all the Oscar buzz movies.
We also haven't seen Coco, but I heard it's good.
Yeah, I heard it's one of the better Pixar movies since like Inside Out.
Yeah.
Pixar, they fucked up. Me and you both did not like Finding Dory.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
I thought it was fucking terrible.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, I did too. It's kind of hard to believe that like this company that's made like Toy Story, The Incredibles, Monsters Inc.
Yeah, and like they actually made Finding Dory. Like,
Finding
it's wild.
Nemo, and then they make stuff like Monsters University and
Finding
Dory.
This Georgia Oklahoma game is insane looking.
Oh, it's still going on. I see.
Dude, it's in double overtime.
Oh my god, what a beautiful shot. All these guys like reaching for that ball for their one chance for glory. Look at them.
Damn, that's insane. They just blocked that fucking field goal. Jesus Christ. This is actually like history that's being made on the screen behind us right now. We're just talking about fucking movies.
Double overtime
That's in
intense.
A playoff game. Yeah, that's wild. I guess the Alabama-Clemson game is being pushed back in time because of this game.
It's being pushed back.
Yeah,
time.
Like they actually are gonna have to play it like during the Civil War times. Damn, this is wild. University of Georgia wins with a score, so all they have to do is score right here. That's kind of easy.
So Oklahoma's screwed.
Basically.
Nah, dude.
Shit, man.
Nah, dude. Oklahoma's got this.
Oh, really? They got this?
Yeah.
Wow. Good. I'm glad you have this type of a.
They go let them score. There's 10 seconds left in the game.
No. There is no time left.
Oh,
they don't.
There's a time. There's a timer.
Oh my gosh, Georgia just fucking won this game. Wow, that's crazy. Georgia just won the game. We just watched this happen. Wow.
Dude, he ended it too. He took the ball and just ended the game.
He did.
He was like, all right, I'm ending this now.
Yep, he's like, I'm tired of this shit. Wow, Georgia's going to the national championship. That's crazy.
Oh, look at the fireworks. How romantic.
Wow, yeah. Bet Oklahoma really loves them. Alabama game score is what I'm going to look at, because it definitely should be underway right now. Yeah, the game's already fucking started. They're 7 minutes into the other playoff game that's happening at the same time. That's supposed to happen like right after this.
Back in time, though, of course.
Yeah, back in time. It's they're currently 7 minutes in, but it's also in Civil War era occurring right now. Call Me by Your Name came out in November. Also, didn't see it. A ton of fucking Oscar movies are coming out now.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them all. Let's go. All right, we're into December now, so this is the last thing. Huh, that's funny. Psych, the movie, is December 1st. Came out on December 1st. I actually watched it.
Did that go? That didn't go to theaters.
No, it was a direct-to-TV thing, but it came out and it is real, and I watched it, so I had it. It was fun and it was funny. I liked it. I like Psych though, so there you go. Not a big Psych guy like Alex is. Psych she's a huge Psych fan, so I actually got her the box set of the show.
For her?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she got it for you. And I was
No.
like, that's a hilarious gift.
Really? She got me a thing she wanted?
Yeah.
The Disaster Artist came out, we didn't see it. The Shape of Water came out. We did see it, and we just talked about it for a while, so go fuck yourself.
The Last Jedi, we have a whole episode dedicated to it.
Yep, The Last Jedi came out and we liked it. You didn't love it. I loved it, so get out of here.
There's one movie left to talk about Snyder.
Oh no.
Keep going through them. There should be one.
Yeah, there will be. Oh, is it Star Wars Secrets of the Empire?
What the hell's that? Is that like Rebels or something?
People have longed for a chance to step into the Star Wars universe in this incredibly new hyper-reality experience will allow them to do just that. I think it's, I don't know. Is that Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle came out in December. We haven't seen it. Pitch Perfect 3 came out. There's a lot of December left. We can keep going through them. Downsizing came out. Phantom Thread came out. Don't know what the fuck that is.
That's a Daniel Day-Lewis movie.
Oh god,
Paul
he's gonna
Thomas
win he's gonna win an Oscar for it.
Probably.
Uh,
Paul
the-
Thomas Anderson.
Oh, heard. The Greatest Showman.
Heard it was abysmal.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not surprised because I remember.
People have been saying good things about it.
Is it? What is that on the tomato meter? Tomato meter's the only thing that matters when it comes
you're right.
when it comes to a movie's quality.
Sure, yeah. Nosferatu came out.
Oh
December
yeah,
31st. Yeah, it was a remake of Nosferatu.
that's a 53.
Stronger came out. Oh, I hit it. I hit what you want to talk about. I hit it. I got the
you
movie.
did?
Yep, I have it. Coming out on December 31st, technically? No. It didn't come out on New Year's.
No.
Or it didn't come out on New Year's. These
No.
release dates are probably wrong the whole time.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
we've just been spreading wrong information.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. It also has Cult of Chucky coming out on December 31st for some reason. That's weird.
That's like a placeholder release date.
Yeah, I think these are all placeholder release dates. Whatever. Who
Because
cares?
like on Amazon, for if you want to
Mhm.
pre-order a game that doesn't even have a release date, it'll just say December 31st, 2018.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and people are like, "Oh, is it really coming out then?" It's like, no.
Bright came out, and you think it is the worst film of the year.
Easily, it's the worst movie I've seen in a long time. I did not like this movie. I was not impressed by it. I was not impressed by Will Smith. I wasn't impressed
Is
by
anybody impressed by Will Smith anymore? He's awful.
Dude, they used to be impressed by Will Smith.
He's just a charisma vacuum in that he has none of it. It is wiped. He is completely missing everything that made him great. I actually watched a scene from Fresh Prince, apparently that made people cry offset. Like, not offset, but like behind him, like people were like in tears at how powerful this performance was in this one moment on fucking Fresh Prince. It's the scene where his father is telling him like, all right, well, I'm leaving. And he's like, yeah, like, okay, like, whatever. I can't remember the context, but like his dad leaves him and then like he cries into Uncle Phil's arms.
Oh shit.
And like, it's very well acted. He looks great. Obviously he looks great. He's like 20 years old. But like, it's he is a different Will Smith in that moment, in those moments. There are great Will Smith moments. He has none of them anymore. There's like a glossy look over his eyes now, and like,
yeah, he
just doesn't look the same. Yeah.
Jaden Smith. That's like, that's fucking up his legacy. See, I have a theory. Will Smith, he's not in good movies.
Yeah.
He's never been in a good movie. He is the best part of it, and that's what makes the movie good. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Think of it. Independence Day without Will Smith. Movie's completely different. Sure, it's still somewhat entertaining, but Will Smith makes it. Can you imagine anyone else being in Men in Black that would make that movie work?
No. Nobody.
Yeah, imagine if they put like Pauly Shore in it instead.
Imagine Kevin Hart.
As like a teenager?
No, like as Will Smith.
As like 90s like Kevin Hart?
No, like Kevin Hart currently. I think
actually Kevin Hart, he would have been older if he was in Men in Black. He's probably like what, 45?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. Kevin Hart. Anyways, Kevin Hart is 38. Never mind, I was way off.
Wow, you're a dick.
Bright is horrible. It's just stupid. It's first of all, it's written by Max Landis, and this is the only thing I've ever seen from him. Before we get started on Max Landis, he was on an episode of Movie Fights, and I believe it was like pitch an alien movie, like an original alien xenomorph.
Yeah.
You know, like Sigourney Weaver, you know, like, get away from her, you bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Like face huggers.
Yes. Jesus.
All right,
I get it.
Max Landis is he's a professional screenwriter. Some would say he's one of the best of his time.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would say that.
Yeah.
He's on Movie Fights. Max Landis is extremely obnoxious. He's very annoying.
Yes.
He has absolutely no charisma. Apparently he sexually assaults women.
Yep.
And is a psychopath.
Yep.
That's not what I really want to talk about. I want to talk about his pitch for his original Alien movie because it was so fucking retarded. But he pitched it with like
Jesus Christ.
But he pitched it with such like energy and just like I don't want to see that. It's That's how he talks. He
that is how he talks.
He talks into like
That's
fever
amazing.
pitches to where his voice is like about to like explode or give out. And basically his pitch for Alien, albeit he probably wasn't taking it that seriously, but well, in the moment he seemed like he did. His pitch for an Alien movie was like cavemen fighting xenomorphs in like a prehistoric primitive age.
Did he win the round?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, give me liberty or give me death. Jesus Christ.
I don't remember. I just remember the pitch, and I remember just being like, God, that's so stupid. But like, from what I remember, and I could be wrong, go back and watch the video if you want to find it. But he really held to his gut that like it's original, and isn't that his thing? Because he does like original screenplays, and then like people like don't like his movie, and then he like whines about it on Twitter about how they didn't like it because they're like sheep who are like brainwashed into like liking the same type of formula over and over and over again.
Yeah. He's okay.
But then he'll criticize like Kong Skull Island for being like a by the numbers book or by the numbers movie.
Yeah. Let me give you a hot take on Max Landis real quick. Okay. Let me dissect Max Landis. Max Landis is a let me give him some credit. He's basically George Lucas. He is an idea man. He throws out ideas, but the difference between him and George Lucas is George Lucas has good ideas and Max Landis has fucking dumpster fire ideas. But he maintains that they are original because he thinks that they're important. He wants them to hold self-importance. You know what I mean?
Oh boy, does Bright think it's important.
Yeah, but he is so goddamn pretentious. It's funny. Like and I'm sorry to start off 2018 like this, ripping apart Max Landis, but this is what we're gonna do. So, each of his films, they have a gimmick. His films that he writes are gimmicky. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm gonna reference 3 to 4 films.
They have some sort of genre that you can latch onto easily.
Yeah, but like there is an overall gimmick that it's like, is this really this groundbreaking?
Like a gimmick that makes it specifically unique.
Yes,
to him and his script.
Yeah,
because Bright certainly does, and you can like all his gimmicks you can kind of sum up in like a sentence, and that's his pitch.
Yeah,
because his dad, John Landis, so he's like a Hollywood kid, so he knows how to like get a movie sold.
Yeah,
like he understands that like mentality and like how to get a script
pretty much,
produced.
And he packages it as this gimmick. Like, and it doesn't last. It's not gonna hold at all. Like, it's not gonna hold up, and it never does really, except for maybe one. I'll start off with the one that I think might hold up. Chronicle. It's a superhero film in a found footage way. That's the gimmick. That's the pitch. Superhero film, found footage. There you go. Done. All right. What else did he direct? American Ultra.
He didn't direct it. He wrote that.
Sorry, wrote. He didn't direct anything, really.
He directed one movie, I believe, called Me, Him, Her, which he also wrote. So he has directed a few things. So he's also done American Ultra, which is like stoner heist movie. Pineapple Express,
I wouldn't say stoner heist movie. I would say stoner secret agent movie.
Okay.
There you go. Gimmick. There you go.
Yeah.
Pitch. It's fucking dispensable. It's
Victor Frankenstein. Anyone can make a Frankenstein movie, so Max Landis can have his twist on it.
But it's Frankenstein. It's the twist on Frankenstein. You know, like it's Frankenstein, but it's the man behind it
with a Max Landis twist.
Yeah, that's the gimmick. Frankenstein before he was Frankenstein. Yeah,
I never saw the movie.
I've seen it. It's shit. All right, moving on.
I know he really wanted. I believe he wrote a first draft for the Power Rangers movie. Because I remember him.
God bless him not getting a hold of that. Because the Power Rangers movie right now is decent.
Yeah,
and that's all I asked.
I think he also did a draft for the Detective Pikachu movie. I think he was in talks. I'm sure they're not going to use it. Isn't he like the showrunner or producer? He does something with the show
Dirk Gently.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, so I can't really say anything. I haven't
seen it either, but I'm guessing he doesn't have like too much input if it's a TV show and there's multiple people working on it.
Yeah,
I think it's supposed to be like Doctor Who-ish or something. But
right.
Any other movies Max Landis has written, with Chronicle being like his most
best.
Successful one?
I would just say Bright, because the gimmick is it's Tolkien elements in the modern world.
Yes.
There you go. That's done. That's the gimmick. That's all it is. He pitches it. Everything else forms around that stupid idea. And it's like, maybe on paper it works, but it comes off just being a shitty version of Alien Nation.
Okay, back to when we were talking about The Shape of Water just now.
Yeah.
And you were saying it's jarring for you to see, like, whimsical stuff when there's also, like, some sort of, like, grounded reality that's, like, ultra violent or whatever,
Yeah.
and that turned you away from Shape of Water. This movie, Bright, does it horribly.
Okay.
It's, like, I hate using the word because it's lame and pretentious, but this movie is cringy. Like, here's jarring is, like, a cop car pulls up to Will Smith's house and it's an orc wearing a police vest.
Yeah.
It was just, it was embarrassingly terrible. All right, so it's about this fantasy world where there's orcs and they're basically Mexican and black people, which they are. There's no doubt about that. Orcs are Mexicans and black people because they wear a lot of football jerseys.
Oh, God.
And they're all like gangsters or whatever. Elves are rich white people, basically Max Landis' family and neighbors in Beverly Hills, because this movie does take place in LA. And it's literally just LA. Like, even went back to Shape of Water, which was a good fantasy movie set in like a modern world. This movie had like a look to it, at least.
Mhm.
Certain colors, sets were kind of strange looking, like Liza's house. It was a bit, had kind of like a certain look to it. But this movie, it's just like modern day stuff. It's really hard to believe that there'd be any fantasy creatures living in it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point? Oh wait, the point is to have really lame social commentary. And, it's about like police brutality and racial tension in our Trump age. I could see Max Landis writing this movie and being like, this is the movie that we need. And that's what, if this movie was halfway decent, if it was like getting a positive reaction, that's what critics would be saying. The movie of the moment, the movie we need in our Trump divided nation.
Yeah, Orc Cop, the film.
Yeah, and I believe that was the mentality that went into making this. But do we need movies that tackle these issues? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Do we need Netflix, Hollywood, and Max Landis to be the ones to bring it to us? No, and that's when you get horrible garbage like Bright. Roger Ebert, for his review of the original Hellraiser movie, he gave it an extremely negative review, and I believe, here, I'm going to quote this, because I want to make sure that I'm correct, because this is how I feel about Bright. One second. All right, all right, fuck it. I'm not going to quote it. Basically, he saw Hellraiser and he said that the movie was bankrupt imagination or bankrupt like imaginativity or something like that.
Yeah.
Bankrupt imagination. That's what he called Hellraiser, I believe. This is what I'd call Bright. It's bankrupt imagination. There's nothing clever about it. There's nothing creative. It's full of cliches. This movie tries to have this like rich lore. I checked out of this movie in like 10 minutes. If you watch Bright and you go through the opening credit scene, you realize how shitty it is because it just looks cheap and bad. And this movie was $90 million. Will Smith, he's a cop and he's like, oh, I'm getting too old for this shit. He doesn't actually say that. That's like the Lethal Weapon line.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm gonna retire in a few years. This orc that's on the police unit, he's the first ever in the world to be a police officer.
That's
not
stupid.
Not just the LAPD. I believe he's the first one in the history of their existence
to be a police officer.
Yeah. So you have like
You should make it like it's the first one on the LA unit.
Yeah, I believe he's the first one in the nation.
Oh God,
the nation.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm gonna break down this movie. So get comfortable, Jacob.
All right.
So Will Smith, he's in his house. he's like getting coffee, he's talking to his white wife because this movie has like social commentary that's really like smart and genius.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're very diverse, so they gave Will Smith a white wife.
Naturally.
Oh, but if you point that out, that means you're racist, but really it's just Hollywood, thinking they're great and like diverse and stuff, but really they're not.
Yes.
I saw no, I'm not gonna get into that. Anyways, they're like, oh no, a fairy got into the bird feeder. So Will Smith starts like beating a fairy with a broom. But before that, he goes outside and the hood is like literally in his front yard. Like right next door. They're having like a cookout. They're drinking like 40 ounces and shit. And they're like, yo, he's got a fine ass wife.
And
Will
these are
Smith,
orcs.
No, they're black people.
Oh, they really?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Collin?
No, these aren't orcs.
Oh, really?
No, these are literal black people.
This is weird.
And like Will Smith is an upstanding citizen and like looks down on them. And he's like, he makes some remark about how he's like better than them because he's not in like gangster life. And then the orc pulls up. Jacoby, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Played by Joel Edgerton. And like the way they portray his character is sickening. I hate it. Because they make him really innocent. Like, oh, man, he has a heart of gold, but everyone just keeps picking on him because he's an orc. But he treats everyone fair. Like...
Yeah.
Just kind of like this, like... like, oh, he has... No, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, he's just a good guy. He wants to get to know his partner, but oh gosh, darn it. There's a scene where in the police force, they put a kick me sign on him.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yes.
No way.
And like everyone in the police force is like laughing at him. This movie is that lame.
This is ass.
So, told in a flashback, an orc shoots at Will Smith with like a shotgun because the orcs hate humans. And because the orcs hate humans, they hate the orc that is on the police force. They're like, you're not a real orc. You're a disgrace to our people. Fern Gully dances with wolves avatar. Basically. So they shoot at him, and this is like basically the what's it called? This is like, damn it, I'm trying to think of that word. Oh god, I'm bombing.
Yeah, you are.
Everyone's listening to.
Get the fuck out. Get out of here.
What's it called? Like when you have that one thing, the epitome of Will Smith is that, oh, dude, he got shot by this orc, man. And everyone's like, don't get shot again out there. And they keep bringing it up, and it's like, yeah, cops get shot at. Like, it happens. Like, they put their lives on risk in the line of duty every fucking day. Like, why is this such a big deal that an orc shot him? And then
they make fun of him for getting shot by an orc?
They don't make fun of him, they just bring it up as if it's like it was a really traumatic experience for Will Smith's character. He almost died by the hands of this orc. There's a scene where the orc, Jacoby, and Will Smith are driving, and this was cringy as fuck. The orc plays his music, and it's like death metal. And Will Smith turns the volume down, and Jacoby goes, "That's one of the most beautiful songs ever written." Get it? Because orcs, like, they're like brutes, so they listen to death metal.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, so then, like, they find something called a Bright, and, like, you remember the girl in War for the Planet of the Apes? The one they, like, bring around with her, and she's important?
Yeah.
They find some, like, elf girl who does that. She doesn't say much. She has something to do with a prophecy, yada, yada, yada. There's some wand called a Bright, which can, like, blow shit up. People are after them. The middle of the movie is, like, nighttime, like David Ayer, Suicide Squad stuff, action. I really couldn't tell you what was going on in this movie because it was so, like, distractingly terrible that following the plot was, like, kind of impossible for me.
Gotcha.
Because not only is this movie so cringeworthy bad, but it also has like this lore fantasy backstory that that they want you to get invested in, but I just couldn't do it. So,
it's just like not that interesting.
Yes. And for certain genres, whenever it's like a bad one, like a bad Western, that's pretty bad. A bad musical, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But a bad fantasy movie, that's like embarrassingly terrible. Like a bad fantasy or bad sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
It kind of like makes it worse. Kind of like Battlefield Earth with John Travolta. Like,
yeah.
I just did not like Bright. I was not impressed by anything in this movie. Yeah, you should give it a watch.
I'm okay. They've already greenlit a sequel.
I
hope it gets made just so they lose the money.
I think even saying, oh yeah, Bright, it had problems, but it set up an interesting world. I think to me that's a stretch. I thought this movie did not set up an interesting world at all.
Well, Colin, as always, that's your opinion.
It is my opinion.
But it's probably right.
Well said. I give this a 1 out of 10, a 0 if I could. I hated it.
Wow.
Yeah. I hope if I ever go on a date with a girl and we bring up Bright, I'm going to have to really, like, hold back. I was offended by this movie, Jacob.
I know you were.
There's a scene in the middle of the movie because it's, like, cop action. Like, oh, everyone's after us because we have this girl and she has the MacGuffin. Poor Noomi Rapace.
She's in this?
Yeah, she plays like the villain and she speaks like Elvish. You have no clue what she's doing. She's in horrible makeup. I like her. She's a great actress. She was awesome in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I really liked her in Prometheus.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel like she's just not really getting good work, and she's in Bright. There's a scene where the three of them, Will Smith, Orc, and discount Harley Quinn.
Oh,
because that's basically what she is. She looks like Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, like dirty blonde hair, palish makeup, David Ayer. Bless you. They're in like a punk rock. Bless you.
Thank you.
They're in like a punk rock club, and there's a punk band playing. There's like a dude with like a green mohawk in the crowd moshing.
Yeah.
And the singer's an orc for the
my
band.
God.
It's like humans, and the singer's an orc. Like,
I might need to watch this movie.
There's just like, there's on the nose stuff. Like, there's like orc graffiti, like at the beginning in the title sequence. It's like, who watches the orcs?
No way.
Yes.
It does not say that.
It doesn't.
No fucking way.
It doesn't literally say that, but it's basically who watches the Watchmen, but instead it's orcs. So just really on the nose social commentary that thinks it's like so smart, but it's not.
Kill me.
There's a lot of cussing too. Will Smith says "fuck" a lot.
I heard the cussing is unnecessary in this movie.
It kind of is. There's something unpleasant about Will Smith cussing in a movie because you see him as like a family friendly product, mother tested.
It's true, and
kid tested, mother approved. Will Smith.
Yeah, this is just not that movie.
No. So kind of the polar opposite of The Shape of Water, like a dark fantasy movie set in like somewhat of a grounded reality.
Yeah.
And Bright is just the complete opposite, except there's no love story. Horrible movie. Oh, Will Smith's daughter, he drops her off at the grandma's house while he has to work or something.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess because they live in crappy LA and they can't just let a 8-year-old girl alone at the house. And, like, she says something, she's like, I wish my daddy wasn't a police officer because everyone hates police.
Okay.
You know, because the police beat people. Police brutality. Do you get it?
Yeah.
This movie is smart because it's dealing with themes. Yeah, I hated it.
I know you did. That'll probably do it for the show, too.
Yeah.
Basically.
Please don't watch Bright, because I know there's, honestly, it's probably over 1 million people who have Netflix who will watch it because they're like, oh, it's Will Smith. He's always good. His movies are always good.
I think that a lot of people are watching it, but it's the car crash effect. It's to just watch something so bad that you're just like, oh my God, what is this?
On my Snapchat, I made it a point, and also on Facebook, about how Bright's one of the worst movies I've seen.
Yeah.
And my sister replied, and she was like, yeah, it really was. It was really dumb. And my sister is not like a movie person.
Would your sister like the podcast?
Probably.
Does she know you have a podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they've listened to it.
I'm honored.
And just imagining my sister watching Bright is like kind of hilarious. I can't picture my sister like watching Bright.
That's funny.
But the fact that she was like, yeah, it was really dumb. And I was like, yeah, it was. All right, everyone. Ooh, we clocked in at a long pod this week.
Oh my God. Let me see what we're looking at here.
I'm trying to think of.
Wow.
I'm trying to think if there's
Yeah.
anything else I want to say. I guess I can go through my list one more time as we close a chapter on 2017.
Yep.
Favorites of the year: Blade Runner, Gerald's Game, Get Out, It, Spider-Man, Split, The Shape of Water. I'm gonna bring up Twin Peaks real quick. That was a big highlight for me as far as TV. It was kind of like an 18-hour movie. And yeah, worst movies I saw: Death Note, Alien Covenant, The Bye Bye Man, Bright. Overlooked, A Cure for Wellness. Overrated, Baby Driver.
There you go.
I'm looking forward to movies this year, like always.
And I agree with a lot of those. Yeah.
Add Logan.
Logan, yes.
Yeah, add Logan as a favorite.
Yeah, Logan was one of my favorites. My favorite was Blade Runner, and my least favorite was probably... I really didn't see that many bad movies this year.
No?
I'm going to be honest. No.
Let's
Really,
just go...
Death Note was probably my least favorite, yeah.
Or Triple X, because you fell asleep. It had that effect.
I was very tired, so... I was very tired. But, you know how it goes. It's all good.
It goes guillotine, yeah.
And on that note, on that Death Grips note, we're going to go ahead and do our plugs.
Death Grips note?
Yeah.
Death Note?
Yes,
Death
that
Grips.
was the joke.
Oh.
Where can we find you, Collin?
You can add me on Snapchat.
Yeah, you can add me on Snapchat too.
You can add me at Collin K. Goody. I believe that's my username.
Collin K. Goody. That's Goode. You hear the feedback when you bring out your phone? That's crazy. My phone doesn't do that.
It's probably because I have a shitty Android.
Probably.
Yeah, all lowercase COLINK Goody. Yeah, add me on Snapchat. Yep. Or Facebook. Or MySpace.
Do you still have a MySpace?
And Friendster.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm on Snapchat as well. It's Jacob_Snyder. That's SNYDER. You can add me. What else do I have? Oh yeah, I have Twitter at Jacob's Wetsuit. I have Instagram at Jacob's Wetsuit. I have all of those one word. You can reach us at gmail.com. You can go to fppcreative@gmail.com. Email the show. You can email in shit like that. You can also go to Twitter, FPP Creative. We're on Twitter as well. That's where FPP Broadcasting is as well. So yeah. People that I want to shout out, I guess. Shout out to Chase Bohannon. Shout out to Zeke Joyner. Shout out to Garrett Mathis.
Shout out to that kid who had that Mad Libs that we found.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Entertainment.
Yep. We haven't done shout outs in a while, so we just won't do very many. But shout out to everyone. And shout out to 2017 for being a year that happened. Yep. Alrighty. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
It's lit.
It's lit. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for another of these podcasts.
Yeah, stay tuned when we talk about let's see here. Oh god. Something will happen.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, take it easy, guys. See you next week.
Adios.